Everything kicks off on a chill day when a massive hole just rips the sky open. From this mysterious portal, a bunch of random stuff starts raining down on the world. We're talking trash from other civilizations and even some weird, gross purple organic matter. But the worst part is that terrible monsters also came through this rift. Because of this, the creatures turned cities into ruins and spread despair everywhere. At the same time, these ruins brought a new hope for humanity. From then on, people found powerful weapons to fight back against the threats. Besides weapons, they also found flying capes, alchemy potions, and delicious food. Over time, all these precious items coming from the ruins were called relics. Thus, a new economy emerged, and those who sought the relics were nicknamed hunters. And here we meet our MC Kurigane Tuma, a young guy of 17 years. Right after, the scene shifts to the end of the expedition, and a leader announces the item split. At that moment, the big guy calls out Kurigane Tuma, who answers kind of awkwardly. Without even discussing it, the leader shamelessly grabs the best weapon from the loot for himself. And to make it clear just how unfair he is, the guy even deducts points from a member for eating meat. Kurigane Toma finds a small item and thinks it might be the cure for Suzun's illness. But the leader in the blue tracksuit sees the object and snatches it from our MC's hand, who complains immediately. Because of this, the bully doesn't hesitate and lands a huge kick right on young Tuma's face, sending him flying to the ground. The aggressor even yells that luggage carriers don't deserve relics and have no rights to anything. Facing this situation, the rest of the group mocks Tuma because he can't use any relics. The tracksuit guy keeps provoking Tuma and, wanting to humiliate him, the bully throws the previous bottle away. The relic is thrown far away, and he tells our MC to go fetch it if he wants it. Even after taking a beating, the boy doesn't give up and thinks to himself that he'll find the item in a jiffy. Suddenly, his eyes shine with a strange power because he has the ability to see the relics. Alone amidst the rubble, he remembers Suzun, and that gives him the strength to carry on. Right after, the scene takes us to the front of a large hospital, and his goal becomes clear. Inside, we are introduced to Kurigaya, an A-rank hunter who identifies the item as eye drops. Kurigane Toma gets really bummed out with the news, and Kurigaya tries to cheer him up. He explains it's a powerful medicine that can even cure blindness, and the money will go to Suzun. To wrap up, Kurigaya praises our MC, saying that sensing the presence of relics is an incredible talent. Kurigane Toma laments, saying the find is useless if it doesn't cure his sister. What he really needs to save her is a legendary relic known as the elixir. Kurigaya explains that this item is a panacea that can cure any disease and even resurrect the dead. The relic was found in the White Dragon ruins, but its current location is a mystery. Because of this, Kurigaya also became a hunter since doctors are powerless against relics. The disease afflicting our MC's sister is called erosion disease. Unfortunately, there is no cure for this condition yet, and it slowly turns the body into stone. With the progression of the disease, the victim ends up shattering and meeting a tragic end. Toma goes to his sister, and here we meet Tuma's 14-year-old sister, Kurigane Suzun. Then, Kurigane Tuma and Kurigaya enter the room. Our MC gets desperate seeing pieces of Suzun's hand scattered on the table. So, he yells at Suzun, asking what she was doing breaking the bowl with her stone hand, which is a disease. But the girl answers calmly that she's fine and that the situation is actually convenient. As the two approach, she says she feels great and that the food was delicious. Suddenly, Suzun points to Kurigane Tuma's necklace. She questions why he still keeps that, but our MC thinks it's an important memory. Suzun gets embarrassed and says 10 years have passed while calling him an idiot. Just then, a very strong tremor suddenly starts and scares everyone in the room. The entire hospital shakes, and other patients panic, thinking it's an earthquake. Right after, the tremor stops and Kurigane Tuma is protecting his sister. Kurigaya and Toma look at the sky completely shocked. Outside, a gigantic blue ruin just appeared out of nowhere. Furthermore, a glowing creature that looks like a dragon is flying over the structure. At that moment, Kurigaya remembers the prophecy that says the elixir will appear with the snow dragon. With that, our MC instantly understands that the item he needs is in those ruins. Suzun just watches her brother, who is completely focused on the opportunity in front of him. But suddenly, Suzun has a seizure and faints on the bed, leaving everyone worried. Kurigane Toma gets desperate because she never had symptoms like this and screams for Kurigaya. The doctor reveals the truth and says that Suzun is unfortunately already in the terminal stage of the disease. Kurigaya says there is little time left for Suzun, leaving our MC completely in shock. The doctor apologizes and says he kept it a secret at the girl's own request so as not to worry him. In a flashback, we see a bit of the suffering Suzun was hiding from her brother. She only pretended to be well and happy in Kurogane Toma's presence to spare him the pain. Our MC feels like trash for not noticing anything even though he was always by her side. With renewed determination, he turns to the ruin and shouts that he's going right now. At that moment, Suzune wakes up and calls for her brother, trying to stop him. Even with difficulty and worry, she begs him not to do anything dangerous because of her. Toma just smiles and tells her not to worry because he'll be back soon. From there, he runs out of the hospital, promising to find the elixir to cure his sister. Outside, the snow dragon roars imposingly over the gigantic structure that appeared in the city. Right after, our MC is already inside the ruin, walking down a white, empty corridor. He finds it all very strange and scary, because there isn't a single monster in the place. Despite that, he remembers the times he was used as bait and carried heavy loads alone countless times. Because of this experience, he has confidence in his legs and believes he can handle himself. Entering deeper into the ruin, he finds a terrible scene with a group of annihilated hunters. Toma realizes instantly that there is a very powerful enemy in that place. Analyzing the area, he notices several footprints on the ground showing hesitation. Suddenly, a strange force, stronger than usual, starts attracting the boy. The sensation is different from the presence of relics. It's like something is calling him. Moving forward, Toma doesn't realize he's being chased by a huge vine. Right after, a giant carnivorous plant appears behind him, making the walls shake. Toma gets completely scared by the sudden appearance of the creature. The monster tries to crush him, but he manages to dive to the floor to escape. The situation gets much worse when a bunch of other creatures appear from all sides. So, he doesn't think twice and starts running for his life without looking back. Our MC knows that if he stops for even a second, he's done for, so he doesn't stop. He tries not to be afraid and focuses only on moving forward amidst all that chaos. Dodging attacks, he opens a path through the creatures trying to grab him. Thus, the path opens up while he continues his desperate escape. Focusing on his goal, he sees a light at the end of the corridor and realizes he's close. But to his despair, the path ends in a dead end, and there's no turning back because there are hundreds of monsters chasing him. Toma refuses to believe it, and with determination, he decides to trust his instincts. With that, Kurogane Toma screams with all his might while continuing to run toward the wall. From there, he throws himself against the wall, which was actually just an illusion. On the other side, two monstrous guard dogs are left behind, furious. Our MC passes through the wall and falls hard onto the floor of a new room. Lifting his head, he is marveled by a room full of treasures and a dragon statue. In the center of it all was the statue of a white dragon, leaving him speechless. Right after, his eyes find what he was looking for so badly, the legendary elixir. The bottle emitted a colorful and powerful aura, different from any other relic he had ever seen. Holding the item in his hands, he has no doubts and confirms that this is the elixir. Kurogane Toma cries with happiness and relief because now he can finally cure Suzune. But suddenly a blade pierces his body, taking him by surprise. Behind him stood Kuriagaya, who with a cynical smile asks if Toma is okay. Kuriagaya praises our MC's incredible eyes and says following him was the right choice. While Toma collapses on the floor, he thanks Toma for showing the way. With a crazy smile, he looks at the elixir and says this is what he always wanted. Kurogane Toma can't believe what happened and asks why the doctor did that. The traitor reveals that people go completely blind when it comes to diseases. He explains that if you say something will get better, they'll buy even rainwater. Besides, he says medical costs are high, and that's why everyone buys relics. With a maniacal face, he yells that he was never actually treating anyone. Our MC is left speechless hearing the truth about the man he trusted. Kuriagaya, demonstrating crazy insanity, screams that his pockets will fill up as long as there are fools. Even on the ground, Toma drags himself and grabs the doctor's leg, begging for Suzune. Kurogane Toma asks him to use the elixir on her, promising to find more relics. But Kuriagaya looks down with contempt and simply says he doesn't want to. He explains that with the elixir, many sick people would compete for his attention. Thus, he declares himself a god while holding that bottle that can cure anything. Then he asks himself what would happen if he saved a piece of trash like our MC's sister. Toma is completely shocked and furious at what the doctor just said. Kuriagaya says he doesn't need Suzune anymore, and much less Toma. With a smile of contempt, he says he's going to end this conversation right now. Kuria draws his bell relic and invokes his ability. Suddenly, several fire creatures appear. Toma stays on the ground and watches the monsters. The doctor isn't fazed and orders the beasts to devour Toma alive, leaving nothing behind. Because of this, the hellhounds advance and Toma screams his name furiously. The scene changes and shows the giant ruin outside with the dragon flying overhead. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Suzune feels her time is running out. Inside the ruin, Tuma is being devoured by the dogs while his sister at the hospital says her last prayer for her brother's life. With hands joined, she asks God to please protect her brother. At that moment, Tuma's cross necklace starts to glow intensely. Suzune's prayer continues, and she asks for help so he can get the elixir. With the necklace in hand, he promises he won't give up and that he will cure Suzune. Then, one of the hellhounds jumps with full force onto our MC. Kurogane Toma finds himself surrounded by the creatures. Both are hanging by a thread, but both keep hope in each other. Determined, he knows he can't surrender now. In a scream of despair, he says she is his only family and he won't abandon her. Suddenly, a mysterious blue female figure appears and a voice says, "Only love." From then on, all the fire dogs turn into blue shadows, completely paralyzed. Our MC looks up, not understanding anything that just happened. The woman floats above him, and Tuma is left completely speechless. Kurogane Toma wonders who that person is. The figure extends her hand toward the young man, who remains on the floor watching. Then, her hand gently touches the cross necklace that was on his chest. Because of this, a golden and intense shine explodes from within the object. Kurogane watches all that blinding shine. A blue and red energy explodes around our MC, and Kurogane understands nothing. To his surprise, Toma stands up wrapped in a golden aura while a blade begins to form in his hand. With both hands, he firmly grips the handle of the weapon that just appeared. The sword, called Muchakin Suzaden, glows with powerful energy. Then, he jumps with full force toward the traitorous doctor. Kurogane gets irritated and orders his fire wolves to devour the boy quickly. Our MC screams and a blue energy concentrates in his free hand. With a single strike called Hantuo Ken, he destroys all the creatures at once. The doctor is in shock, because the boy shouldn't be able to use weapons. Kurogane Toma stands with his sword while a powerful aura continues around him. With a furious look, he demands that Kurogane hand over the elixir immediately. He makes it clear that item belongs to Suzune, and that he's going to take it back. The doctor backs away scared while our MC stares him down. Kurogane tells him not to get cocky, just because he found an artifact he can use. Thus, he brags about being an A-rank hunter on a different level of combat. Given the situation, Kurogane says he'll show what's going to happen. Suddenly, a very strong light covers his entire body. He reveals his golden armor, bought with the money of the suckers he scammed. Our MC isn't intimidated and attacks with a blue energy strike. To the doctor's surprise, his armor breaks into 1,000 pieces on the first attack. Kurogane panics and screams desperately, asking what he did. Kurogane Toma stands still with his aura, and says he doesn't have time for this. With a cold look, he just orders the traitor to hand over the elixir quietly. Suddenly, his senses become sharper, and information enters his mind. From there, he understands perfectly how to use that mysterious weapon in his hands. The doctor stays back, wondering what kind of artifact that is. With a greedy look, he screams that he wants Tuma's new sword, and will take it by force. He says it's a waste, but he'll use a weapon he bought for 1 billion yen. The traitor reveals his gold-ranked dagger, an artifact called Gluttony. At that moment, the blue spirit appears beside Toma and advises him to change the sword's blade. The entity explains that the current blade is made of vital energy, and it's a waste to continue like this. So, our MC grabs a piece of rock from the ground and says he'll try. In this way, the weapon transforms into a powerful black sword called Ian. Its special ability is matter reconstruction, and he uses it to forge a blade. The new obsidian sword called Kokyoin glows with dark power in his hands. The spirit says it's enough and orders him to attack with everything right now. Kurogane thinks the boy's aura disappeared and asks mockingly if his energy ran out already. With that, he screams for the young man to die and launches a fire attack called Smiling Bomber. A gigantic explosion of flames advances, destroying the ground in the direction of our MC. The entire room shakes with the impact of the blow. But Toma prepares for the attack while the spirit's eyes appear behind him. He counters with a blue energy beam that cuts the fire explosion in half. The power is so great that it pierces not only the ruin's floor, but also the ruin's walls. Kurogane stays totally shocked after the blow grazes him and causes all that destruction. The doctor's dagger Gluttony falls to the ground, demonstrating his total defeat. Kurogane breaks out in a cold sweat while breathing with difficulty because he can barely believe it. With that, the cowardly doctor lifts the elixir bottle shaking with fear and stammers, promising to hand over the item if Toma doesn't do anything to him. Then he places the medicine in our MC's hand and bows humiliated, begging miserably for his life to be spared. Kurogane doesn't seem totally repentant and appears to be planning something treacherous. Cowardly, he tries to pull the sword from the protagonist's hand, but even forcing and pulling with all his might, like Excalibur stuck in a stone, He can't move it a centimeter from Tuma's hand. Tuma, totally cold even after being betrayed once again, comments that he could even forgive what he did to him, but he would never forgive what he did to Suzune. And he lands a powerful punch on the Kurya's face. Soon teeth and face go flying with the powerful punch. The impact of the punch is so violent that the doctor is thrown backward like a rag doll. Right after, he brutally collides with the ground, destroying the floor and coughing up a large amount of blood. Then Tuma returns to the main focus and starts running back to the ruins exit. He has to run and needs to avoid monsters to reach Suzune in time. But while running through the rubble, the protagonist is surprised because he feels his body extremely light, allowing him to dodge everything. While running desperately, he notices the mysterious figure floating upside down beside him and asks bluntly who he is, and if that strange power is his doing. The blue being continues staring at Kurogane Tuma, who understands nothing and questions why he's receiving help from such a strange creature in that situation. At that moment, the entity brings his face close with a deep look, and reveals he was starving for a terribly long time wandering through the void. He explains he just feasted on the pure affection that exists between Tuma and Suzune, because that is the food that sustains him. With that, the being raises his arm dramatically while glowing and exclaims that the taste of that brotherly love was simply magnificent and delicious. Our MC keeps running kind of confused, thinking the critter ate the origami paper, but the spirit says he got it all wrong. The creature introduces himself as a Lavagan, a type of love gourmand who lives only to taste and feed on intense feelings. Kurogane Tuma makes a blank face with a giant question mark over his head while running because that conversation is too bizarre. But the being points to the boy's chest and explains he chose that origami full of feelings as his vessel to exist there. Thus, he decided to fuse his existence with the object and voluntarily transform into a living artifact to help our MC. Tuma looks at the weapon's handle in his hand and confirms if he's living inside the paper sword. And the entity says that's exactly it. Finally, the spirit reveals his face with a serene smile and says his true name is Ayan. Ayan says he is an existence exiled from another world because of love and promises to lend all his strength for the boy to achieve his goal. Right after, the scene cuts to the hospital facade where the sun shines bright, indicating Tuma managed to reach his destination on time. With no time to lose, he goes through the room's window in a spectacular jump, scaring the nurse while desperately hoping his sister is still alive. Kurogane Toma stretches his arm as far as he can while running down the hallways, because he feels every second is precious and mentally begs to arrive in time to save the one he loves most. With that, he bursts into the room shouting Suzune's name. But the silence he receives in return is terrifying and makes his heart almost stop in his chest. Looking forward, his eyes widen in pure terror, because the scene before him is the worst nightmare he could imagine coming true. Suzune is completely motionless on the bed with her hands joined in an eternal prayer, and her skin now has the color and cold texture of a stone statue, even with legs heavy with fear. Our MC takes slow and shaky steps toward the bed, refusing to accept what his eyes see. Looking closer, he realizes the erosion took over everything, turning the girl's legs into solid rock and confirming the disease reached the final stage. His hand trembles uncontrollably as he tries to touch her, because the fear of breaking her or feeling death is greater than any monster he has faced. When he finally touches her face, a solitary tear runs down his eye, because his little sister's skin is icy and lifeless as if she had already left. Without losing hope, the young man opens the elixir bottle with trembling hands and starts pouring the glowing liquid into the girl's stone mouth. He pours the entire content of the bottle desperately while screaming, begging for the medicine to work and bring Suzune back to him. Tears don't stop falling from Tuma's face, who keeps pleading to any higher power to cure the girl, because he doesn't know how to live without her. Before that silent statue, he makes a final painful request, wanting to hear her voice calling him Big Brother, even if just one more time. Suddenly, an intense and warm light begins to emanate from Suzune's body, wrapping the stone's silhouette in a magical glow that blinds the whole room. Slowly, the stone texture begins to crack and give way, revealing an eye full of life that opens slowly, showing the miracle really happened. And to our MC's absolute relief, color returns to the girl's face, who looks at him confused and calls him Big Brother, making Toma collapse with emotion. Unable to hold back the emotion, Kurogane Toma wraps his sister in a tight embrace full of tears because the relief of having her back is too great to explain. Right after, Suzune also cries thanking the heavens for being alive while feeling her brother's heart beating strong against her chest. At the same time, the spirit Ayan raises his arms high as if on a stage, feeling the energy of that moment of pure love. He looks at his own hands marveled, and whispers that the sensation is sweet like a dream, because he hadn't felt something so pure in centuries. Ayan feels so light that in his mind he floats through outer space, saying good morning to the whole world with exaggerated happiness. Putting his hands on his chest, he declares that this is true life and that he finally found the heart his civilization had thrown away. To the entity, the love between the two siblings is the most beautiful thing that exists, and he feeds on this powerful connection shining in front of him. Back to the reality of the room, the blue being floats peacefully behind the girl observing the scene while Tuma notices his presence there. Ayan cuts the mood saying he hopes Suzune gets cured soon, which leaves our MC confused because he thought he had already solved everything. Tuma lets out a grunt of doubt, not understanding anything since he gave her the complete elixir, and theoretically, the problem should have vanished. The spirit points a finger and tells the boy to look at his sister's chest, but Suzune notices the look and gets totally awkward. Red with embarrassment, the girl panics and screams, calling her brother an idiot and a pervert, trying to cover herself clumsily. But when the clothes slip a little, Tuma freezes upon realizing that the gray mark of stone erosion is still staining her skin. Given the situation, Suzune slaps her brother's face, sending him flying backward, while Ayan stands in the middle of the confusion, intangible like a ghost. Finally, we see their chibi versions where Toma cries asking why only he goes through this, and Ayan confirms that only the protagonist can see him. But the joy is short-lived when Ayan throws a bucket of cold water and reveals that the medicine isn't definitive because the disease is a curse from an artifact. Kurogane Toma feels his blood run cold and starts sweating bullets because he thought the nightmare was over, but discovers the hole goes deeper. The spirit projects the image of a dagger with a snake handle called Basilisk, and explains that only this item can annul the petrification forever. Without wasting time, the boy stands up ready for a fight and demands to know where this thing is hidden to go get it right now. Ayan asks for calm and floats serenely through the room, explaining there's no reason for immediate panic since the elixir is still taking effect on her body. He guarantees the medicine will suppress the stone's advance for a few years, giving our MC precious time to breathe and plan. Hearing this, Tuma lets out all the air from his lungs and smiles relieved, because knowing his sister is safe for now is what matters. Suddenly Suzune, who isn't seeing anything, asks who he is whispering to, and the boy disguises it by laughing nervously so as not to seem crazy. However, the peace of the moment is destroyed when gigantic blue energy appears outside, making the window glass shake violently. Our MC runs to see what is happening, and his eyes widen upon noticing a monstrous silhouette emerging from the city debris. There is no doubt that that immense creature made of blue flames is the legendary white dragon that all hunters feared meeting. Ayan stays silent with a serious expression while Tuma and Suzune watch the situation, which just got much more complicated. The gigantic monster wraps the ruins structure with its body, and it becomes clear he is the true master and guardian of that forbidden place. With a roar that makes the hospital building shake, the creature announces its presence, spreading terror and chaos throughout the neighborhood. The dragon screams furiously looking for the artifact creator and calls Ayan's name, promising he won't let him escape no matter what. Gigantic pieces of concrete start raining on the city while the sky is dyed a scary blue, indicating the attack has begun. Kurogane Toma seeing that grits his teeth with mortal fury and warns he won't let that destruction happen right in front of him. Without thinking twice, he jumps out the hospital window yelling that he will protect Suzune's home no matter the cost. While plummeting in free fall, the young man summons his weapon and calls for Ayan to jump into action right now against the monster. The spirit appears diving beside him and accepts the challenge, stating he will fight with pleasure as long as that love exists in the boy's heart. Down below, the white dragon lifts its neck and lets out a colossal roar that makes everyone's bones vibrate with pure fear. The troops on the ground are terrified and confused, because official info said that creatures should be harmless, but reality is different. A soldier screams desperately on the radio begging for reinforcements from the agency, and asking where the elite hunters are to save them, but the radio remains mute, and the group realizes they were abandoned to their fate, forced to hold the line against an invincible monster. The beast advances ruthlessly and fires a concentrated energy beam that sweeps the humans' defenses as if they were made of paper. The dragon's eye shines with ancient malice as he watches the human ants trying to resist his power uselessly. With a quick movement of his tail, the creature creates a blue shockwave that throws the soldiers far away, breaking the formation. Immense rocks crush the barricades, and men scream in panic realizing that unfortunately, this will be the end of their lives. The blue fire consumes everything around, turning the battlefield into a true hell on earth where nothing seems to survive. Amidst the smoke and debris, one of the guards opens his eyes dazed and wonders how he is still breathing in the middle of that absolute chaos. With a crash, our MC lands right in front of a fallen soldier who looks up trembling with fear seeing that powerful blue aura. Facing the situation, the white dragon prepares to attack, but Tuma remains immobile like an unshakable barrier between the monster and the humans. Kurogane Toma stares down the colossal beast without blinking, demonstrating courage that doesn't match his old porter rank at all. At that moment, the soldier recognizes the boy by his clothes and stammers asking if he isn't that simple rank E luggage carrier. With a confident smile, our MC confirms his identity and politely asks the man to retreat and leave the rest of the fight to him. Meanwhile, the white dragon doesn't wait for the chat to end and starts concentrating a gigantic sphere of blue energy in its mouth, ready to obliterate everything. The soldier panics, screaming it's impossible to win, and tells the boy to run for his life, but Tuma just points his sword forward. From there, he feels the perfect connection with Ayan and vibrates with excitement, because he finally found an artifact weapon that accepts being used by him. So, he screams the name of his technique, Swordless Creation, expecting a devastating effect in front of all the soldiers who were watching. However, an awkward silence takes over the place while the group keeps staring at the boy's back expecting some magic to happen. Right after, the guards realize nothing happened and go back to yelling to retreat, while Toma stands there with a blank face, not understanding the failure. From above, the colossal creature lets out a thunderous laugh mocking our MC's pathetic attempt to try and fight back. Kurogane Toma looks at his sword sweating bullets, while the dragon humiliates Ayan calling him a mute and pathetic artifact that lost its power. With a tone of absolute contempt, the monster orders Ayan to return to the ruins where he belongs and rot there forever. Because of this, the dragon spits his deadly blue fire, but Tuma reacts fast, grabbing the soldiers and jumping high to save them from certain death. After saving the guards, the boy lands near two wounded comrades, checking quickly if they are still breathing in the middle of that hell. Right after, he stares at the blade in his hand, completely confused, asking what the hell happened to his power that failed at the critical moment. The blue spirit appears floating by his side, but with a cowardly attitude suggesting they return to Suzune immediately. Our MC is left speechless at that absurd suggestion, because running away now would mean leaving everyone to die. Ayan seems to be feeling sick with a pale face and complains with a weak voice that on that battlefield, there isn't even a drop of love. Kurogane Toma tries to argue, saying his sister is in danger, but the entity retorts he can't fight on an empty stomach. Curled up in the air, the mystical being explains he feels only fear and anger coming from humans, which leaves him hungry and totally useless. The young man gets indignant with that fuss and questions mentally if this is really the time to have a hunger pang in the middle of the war. Meanwhile, the soldiers watch the boy talking alone to the wind and decide to protect him, thinking he let his guard down due to shock. Thus, the warriors place themselves in front of him with their shields, even knowing their equipment is already at the limit of resistance. The dragon prepares another devastating attack, and one of the men courageously decides to serve as bait to divert the beast's focus and save the group. Jumping to the side with agility, the combatant fires an explosive projectile from his weapon, hoping to cause some damage to the creature. The impact hits the monster straight on, creating a flash of light on its face, but the beast barely seems to feel the blow. With contempt, the dragon calls humans insects and releases an energy wave that throws the brave soldier far away violently. Facing the chaos, our MC realizes brute force won't work, and he needs to convince Ayan to fight right now somehow. Toma screams the spirit's name, trying to get his attention, because Ayan is sitting there on the ground with a funeral face, looking like a bratty child refusing to do anything. The boy points to the sides and argues strongly, asking what the difference is between his desire to save Suzune and the attitude of those soldiers risking everything to protect each other. Ayan watches the warriors with a cold look and retorts, saying that is nothing more than accumulated rage, or maybe simple survival instinct. But he guarantees he definitely doesn't smell love. At that moment, our MC freezes for a second because a brilliant idea pops into his mind, lighting up the situation, and he realizes he has the perfect answer right in his pocket. With eyes wide with excitement, he draws his cell phone quickly and screams with all his lung capacity that he found the true love the spirit wanted to see so much. The blue spirit wrinkles his nose and starts sniffing the air curiously, because suddenly a different and powerful aroma started emanating from the boy's direction, leaving him intrigued. Toma extends his hand holding the device right in front of the entity's face and asks him to look closely at what is being displayed on the bright screen. On the screen, a huge list appears with all imaginable types of love like affection and compassion. But Ayan looks kind of crooked, saying that is just a meaningless pile of words. But our MC doesn't give up and explains with passion that that digital collection represents the entire concept of love humanity has produced and cataloged throughout history. Hearing this, Ayan's jaw drops and he starts cold sweating because the comprehension of what that means hits his mind like lightning, leaving him completely stunned. Images start passing in his mind showing happy families, lovers in love, and friends having fun, proving that love connects people in all possible ways. Furthermore, it becomes clear that this feeling isn't limited just to blood, because humans are capable of loving strangers, animals, and even nature itself around them with absurd intensity. A divine light explodes, illuminating everything as the concept expands, revealing that humanity has the incredible capacity to love every little thing that exists in this vast universe. Ayan puts his hands on his head, trying to process that avalanche of emotional flavors like Eros and Mania invading his being, and he admits that is something unthinkable for his race. The spirit gets so overloaded that with a face of bizarre pleasure he screams that is too perverted, and Tuma realizes he finally managed to convince the partner to fight. With arms open before the universe, the boy shouts with pride that they can call him a pervert all they want because he knows this world is overflowing with love on all sides. This declaration echoes strongly and causes a tremendous impact on everyone's mind, creating a flash of understanding that completely changes the mood of that desperate battle. The blue spirit plummets from the sky in absolute silence because his convictions were shaken, and he finally understood the complexity of human feelings he underestimated so much. But cruel reality returns with full force when the white dragon releases a torrent of blue flames and our MC on the ground thinks that is the end of his journey. At that critical moment, a sad vision appears in the mind of one of the soldiers, showing a wedding being cancelled and a painful apology to the bride who would be left alone. Right after, we return to the battlefield, where those brave men use their bodies and shields as the last barrier to protect the fallen youth behind them. The soldier who would be the groom screams at Toma, calling him an idiot, because he realizes the shield artifact has already reached its limit and will break any second. Smiling in the face of death, the warrior tells the boy to shut up and run away quickly, saying he'll let slide the fact of losing the wedding gifts in a final heroic act. Watching that noble sacrifice, Ayan blushes and is fascinated, realizing that is true humanity, capable of giving life for the neighbor out of pure love and duty. Floating over their heads, the Love Eater admits he almost let that magnificent feast escape, and decides now is the time to feed on that pure energy. From there, the dragon fires his devastating breath, but this time Tuma doesn't retreat and jumps straight against the blue hell, wielding his weapon with renewed confidence. His eye glows with an intense gold while he activates the skill Twisted Black Blade, concentrating all the power the spirit just granted him. With a precise and fast movement, he cuts through the air, slicing the torrent of flames in half, as if it were butter, surprising everyone who expected to see ashes. The soldiers down below are jaw dropped and can't believe what they see, because the fire that should have killed them was simply divided by the blade of the boy they protected. Kurogen Toma lands with style in a perfect combat pose and celebrates, vibrating because he finally managed to master the power and fight back against that colossal beast. Ayan floats among the spheres of light, marveled, and identifies the taste of romantic love and camaraderie emanating from that battlefield, proving the menu is varied. Right after, the spirit turns his attention to the weapon in the boy's hand and declares firmly that that blade will also serve to protect those lives through this love. A golden light dome forms around the group, and Ayan uses the power of these feelings to create an impenetrable barrier that surprises the soldiers who were ready to die. Meanwhile, the white dragon stares at the traitor with contempt and questions if he really had the courage to lower himself to the point of turning into a mere artifact for humans. The colossal creature continues his arrogant speech, saying he doesn't know what Ayan is planning, but makes it clear that his ideals, desires, and supposed freedom are irrelevant. With authoritarian fury, the monster decrees that none of that is allowed, and that he will erase that pathetic existence from the face of the earth right now. So, the beast opens his maw and fires a devastating energy sphere, making our MC scream his partner's name to initiate the counterattack. Tuma doesn't retreat and starts running vertically through the rubble while asking Ayan to shape the weapon so it gets bigger, harder, and much sharper for impact. The boy launches himself into the air without any fear, facing death, and activates his swordless creation technique, blindly trusting the spirit will deliver exactly what he needs. In the middle of the jump, he finds a reinforced steel beam and uses his skill to fuse that raw material with the artifact's energy in a split second. The result is instant, and a gigantic sword appears in his hands, glowing with a blue aura, and the imposing name of Cutting Steel Blade, ready for slaughter. With a war cry, our MC brings down the heavy blade with all his brutal strength, hitting the defensive barrier protecting the dragon's body squarely. The impact is so violent and unexpected that even the legendary creature widens its eyes in shock, because it didn't expect a simple human could put so much pressure in a blow. However, the power difference is still absurd, and the beast simply roars, calling that effort useless, while its impenetrable skin resists the sword's cut. But Tuma isn't fighting alone anymore, and the soldiers, seeing the danger, fire arrows and magic, screaming to protect the porter who just saved their lives. Even exhausted, our MC hears the soldiers screaming for him to run away quickly, because they guarantee they can handle it and he needs to save himself. But the white dragon has already lost patience with those ants and releases an infernal rain of blue meteors to clear the area for good and end the game. The warriors look at the sky in total panic, realizing it's impossible to block that absurd amount of attacks coming their way. At that critical moment, the spirit Ayan floats beside Tuma and gives valuable advice, telling him not to stick to the traditional shape of a sword. While falling toward danger, the boy understands that matter reconstruction is free, and his imagination focuses on the image of a very specific object. Without giving respite, the colossal beast opens its mouth and orders everyone to turn to ashes while firing the final attack with overwhelming murderous intent. From there, a storm of blue flames descends, tearing the sky, ready to incinerate anything standing in the way of that destruction. Tuma ignores fear and transmutes his weapon, instantly turning the lethal blade into a simple black umbrella in his hands. Right after, he lands firmly and points the object to the sky, because he knows exactly how to use that unusual shape to defend his allies. With total confidence, he activates the swordless creation technique and expands his magical energy through the umbrella handle upwards. Suddenly, the small object grows absurdly, creating a gigantic metal dome, covering the entire battlefield like an impenetrable protective dome. The soldiers down below stand jaw-dropped and not understanding anything, asking if that thing saving their lives is really a giant umbrella. The impact is devastating, and fireballs explode violently against the dome's surface, making everything shake while everyone screams in fear. The white dragon watches the smoke rise, and his eyes widen in surprise, because his supreme attack was stopped by something ridiculous he didn't expect. When the dust settles, the warriors open their eyes slowly and realize that miraculously they are still alive inside that improvised fortress. After the chaos subsides a bit, the soldiers regroup, confused, asking each other who the hell that mysterious boy is who just saved them from certain death. The white dragon watches the scene coldly and comments that he realized Ayan's trick, using all his divine power just to create a ridiculous umbrella for defense. Right after, the beast mocks the situation, saying that despite the creative defense, it's obvious the spirit's current master is completely inexperienced in real combat. The colossal creature laughs with contempt, looking at the broken handle in the young man's hand, and questions what he expects to do against a god using just a piece of technological trash. But our MC ignores the provocations and raises his fist, concentrating his energy, while the spirit screams for the blade to return to its combat form immediately. With a powerful jump, the boy launches himself to the skies, wielding a gigantic blue energy sword shining brightly against the darkness of smoke and debris. Taking advantage of gravity, he descends violently, delivering a devastating vertical blow, aiming right in the middle of that giant monster's forehead to end everything. However, the attack doesn't even scratch the beast's skin, which opens its colossal eye and roars in the boy's face, warning once more that that effort is totally useless. Even being repelled, Tuma clenches his teeth with full force and refuses to give up, screaming for the weapon to transform mid-impact against the enemy's hard skin. Obeying its wielder's command, the energy blade starts to distort and shine even brighter, altering its physical structure in mid-air to something new. The young man rotates his body to gain momentum, while the sword assumes a bizarre and square shape, stopping being a blade to turn into a heavy impact tool. Kuragain Toma smiles victoriously, because that strange shape was exactly what he needed, and dives headfirst for round 2 against the dragon with total confidence. This time the blow isn't cutting, but rather brute impact, with the massive weapon colliding against blue scales with the weight and density of a true meteor. His eyes shine with the realization that since the scales are harder than steel, he doesn't need to cut, but but use something that breaks the defense with pure brute force. A blue thunder explodes, illuminating the battlefield when he activates swordless creation, landing with weight after the crushing blow that shakes the ground. Without losing momentum, he invokes the thunder blade and descends, tearing the air with a smile on his face, because now he is absolutely sure he will cause colossal damage. Ian watches everything marveled and admits mentally that with just a simple piece of advice, the boy managed to fight with frightening freedom he never imagined seeing in a human. At the moment of impact, the force is so absurd that Tuma himself widens his eyes and screams, feeling he surpassed all his physical and mental limits in that final blow. The white dragon feels the blade piercing his invincible scales, and in his final moments recognizes with terror that that boy is a truly frightening child. While his colossal body begins to split in half, the ancient beast can't believe he was defeated and surpassed by a mere brat who just learned about power. With that, a ripping sound echoes through the skies and the giant silhouette of the monster is finally divided into two equal parts that start toppling to the sides in slow motion. Right after, our MC lands skidding on the ground with style while the gigantic energy weapon turns back into that small paper artifact in his hands. But the price of victory comes fast, and he collapses on his back looking at the sky, totally paralyzed, asking what is happening with his body's strength that disappeared. He tries to close his fist, but feels absolutely nothing and realizes scared that he spent all his vital energy in that last reckless attack. Suddenly, the sky above the city begins to swirl violently, forming a vortex of dark clouds over the floating pyramid that appeared along with the ruins. From this supernatural storm, a pillar of light descends, softly illuminating the rubble and bringing an atmosphere of peace contrasting with the bloody battle just now. The white dragon's body dissolves into light particles, and before disappearing completely, he whispers a mysterious apology, leaving his essence behind. These light particles fall like miraculous rain over the survivors, and everyone is shocked to see their deep wounds closing and healing instantly. Kurigane Toma watches the shine around him, kneeling on the ground, and understands that phenomenon is known as the White Dragon's Tears, a final blessing from the creature. And to wrap up, he realizes that magical rain has exactly the same powerful effect as the elixir he fought so hard to get to save his sister's life. Toma stays silent next to the colossal beast's head, which in its last breath apologizes and sincerely thanks him for saving Suzun's soul with that act. With the mission accomplished, our MC turns to the blue spirit with a smile of duty fulfilled, calling the partner to go back to the hospital soon to see his sister. But Ayan asks for a second because he is floating with a full belly, saying he needs to finish consuming all the residual love, filling the place as dessert. While a rainbow appears in the sky, the soldiers stare at the young man, shocked, not believing a simple Ranky Porter defeated that legend alone and saved everyone. The news of the impossible feat travels fast, and the scene changes to the imposing building of the Hunter Association headquarters in Japan, where chaos is installed with this information. Inside the main office, a fat director sweats bullets and screams incredulous, asking to repeat the report that a nobody killed the white dragon, which was invincible. Suddenly, the conversation is interrupted when someone wearing wooden sandals enters the room, praising the feat with a calm and imposing voice that chills everyone's spine. The guards and the director panic, immediately yelling at the intruder for entering without permission, and demanding to know who he thinks he is to barge in like that. Completely ignoring the protests, the mysterious man walks to the desk and throws himself into the boss's chair, as if he owned the place, leaving the fat guy totally stunned. Head down, he murmurs he felt an extraordinary presence coming from the ruins, and concludes someone finally awakened a god-level artifact in that battle. At that moment he lifts his face, revealing shining eyes, and we are introduced to S-rank Hunter Hojo Kyoki, who says he hears the call of his own destiny. With an excited smile of someone who found a new toy, the elite hunter decides he will personally meet the boy who caused all this uproar in the city. The story advances a few days after the dragon's subjugation, showing Tuma shaking uncontrollably while holding a simple bank card with sweaty hands. He stares at the numbers on the screen, not believing what he sees, because the reward deposit landed, and the value displayed is much larger than he ever dreamed of having in his entire life. Because of this, the boy lets out a hysterical scream, echoing through the housing. He now has 50 million yen in the bank account, solving his problems. The scene shows the city quiet at sunset, while the narrator comments that being a hunter is truly the dream job because the reward for subjugating a disaster-class monster just hit the account. With the card in hand and tears in his eyes, our MC can barely contain the emotion, because now he finally has enough money to buy real food and give a decent life to his sister. While walking back home, Ayan observes the smile on the boy's face and asks if that good sensation is also considered love. But Tuma answers kind of awkwardly that maybe the right word isn't exactly that. The spirit continues floating right behind, reflecting on how even these banal conversations and feelings happening inside his master's mind are important to understand humans' complexity. Arriving home, he is greeted by the warmest sight in the world, with Suzune smiling, in an apron holding a spatula, welcoming her big brother ready to serve dinner. So the two sit at the table and Toma joins hands to give thanks for the meal with an expression of absolute peace, feeling that simple happiness is all he ever wanted to protect. Right after, he takes the first bite and his eyes shine with the wonderful homemade taste, while Suzune gets all happy seeing her brother enjoying the food she prepared with care so much. But they aren't alone, and Ayan appears floating over the table completely enchanted, because he can clearly see that simple dish is overflowing with an absurd amount of brotherly love. Without wasting time, the emotion eater dives face first into the food, screaming that as expected from Suzune that banquet is delicious and full of pure feelings for him to feed on freely. However, the relaxed mood is broken instantly when Tuma freezes with his mouth full and goes pale with fright, noticing a strange and unexpected presence sitting right there at their dinner table. Looking to the side, he comes face to face with a blonde unknown man eating rice calmly with a radiant smile on his face, as if he had been part of the family for a long time. The mysterious intruder chews elegantly, and with the greatest naturalness in the world confirms if the boy in front of him is indeed the famous Kurigane Tuma, who caused all that commotion in the previous battle. With that, he introduces himself politely as Hojo Kyoki, an S-rank hunter sent directly by the Hunter Administration Office to have a little chat with the new hero. Innocent Suzune leans in and whispers in her brother's ear, asking if that handsome guy is a coworker, since Tuma looks as surprised as she is with the sudden visit. Given the absurd situation, Hojo extends the bowl, asking for more rice shamelessly, and our MC, sweating bullets, politely asks the intruder to leave the house so they can talk outside right now. Already outside under the light of a lonely street lamp, Hojo Kyoki stares at the boy and breaks the silence, questioning what his true goals are there. The mysterious blonde looks deep into our MC's eyes and states with conviction he knows he was desperately looking for a very specific relic. Toma confirms, kind of awkwardly, saying he tried accessing the administration database, but since his rank is low, the system blocked access to all information. With no way to run, the young man decides to be honest and reveals he is hunting an item called Basilisk, asking if the elite hunter knows where to find this artifact. Hojo admits he doesn't know the location, but points up, explaining that if Tuma rises to rank A, he will have full permission to see the secret files. With a defiant smile, he points a finger in the boy's face and makes a crazy proposal, saying he will authorize his participation in the promotion exam right now. Our MC is jaw dropped because he is still a rank E and skipping so many steps should be forbidden, but the visitor guarantees it's a special exception. He explains normal rules don't apply, since the feat of soloing the legendary white dragon counts as an achievement much greater than any bureaucratic test. Toma starts cold sweating nervously, but his eyes shine with hope to get the necessary information to cure Suzune's disease once and for all. However, the joy is short-lived when Hojo raises a finger with a serious look, warning there is a small condition for him to release all this privilege. Suddenly all the tough guy posture vanishes, and the rank smiles like a mooching angel, begging Toma to lend him money shamelessly. The boy looks at his account balance, feeling his soul leave his body with the audacity of the request, because he barely received the reward and is already going to lose everything. Meanwhile, the deadbeat stays meditating, floating peacefully back there, waiting for the cash to land in his hand as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Hojo thanks, saying he was saved because he was about to be sold to a circus in South America due to his bizarre debts, which leaves Tuma incredulous. To wrap up, the blonde says his debt is identical to the prize Toma won, calling it destiny, but the protagonist screams, refusing this terrible luck. Right after, they arrive at the destination after Tuma agreed to lend the cash, and the blonde guarantees he'll pay it all back real quick. Looking down, our MC almost falls backward because the selection exam location is at the bottom of a gigantic and scary precipice. Down there, a woman waves happily, but Hojo warns that is the loan shark he borrowed money from previously. The creditor emits a purple murderous aura and warns with a shadowy voice that his payment is exactly 2 minutes late, making the mood heavy. Because of this, the rank S begs for mercy and threatens to sell Toma to a South American circus if he doesn't hand over the cash right now. After resolving the debt, our MC observes the other candidates and realizes they all look like tough veterans and very dangerous. Thus, he starts cold sweating, feeling the pressure of being surrounded by monsters while he is just a rookie amidst that elite. Suddenly, a calm voice grabs everyone's attention, and the main examiner finally appears to start the promotion test. The man adjusts his glasses with style, revealing neck tattoos, and introduces himself as Hakagami Koya, an A-rank hunter. Right after, he explains that special exam serves only to fill the spot left by Kiritani Gaya's sudden departure. Hearing that name, other participants start whispering, remembering he was that famous doctor full of gold relics. No one there understands why someone so strong and rich quit the post or disappeared, creating a mystery among candidates. But Tuma gets a dark look, because he is the only one there who knows the terrible truth about the traitorous doctor's fate. Hakagami cuts the chatter with a confident smile, stating that truly talented people don't need to worry about spots or quotas. With that, he snaps his fingers, creating a magical spark, and declares the method is simple because anyone he approves will become rank A instantly. The test happens on a huge suspended platform, and Hakagami explains the rules. The goal is simple, and they just need to stay within the marked area while a 5-minute timer runs on screen. With that, the digital panel lights up, marking time. The examiner makes it clear anyone falling into the abyss is automatically failed, testing everyone's balance and courage. However, there is an alternative victory condition for the bolder ones. Hakogami says coldly that if anyone can push him out or defeat him in combat, they will also pass the test immediately. Facing the situation, the group of candidates starts laughing. The brutes find it funny, comparing the challenge to a sumo match, totally confident they can take down a single man with numerical advantage. The instructor ignores the mockery and warns them not to hold back. He reveals that Body is actually a resistant clone that doesn't die, clearing participants to attack with real killing intent. So the crowd charges, screaming like crazy. The pack advances en masse, wanting to end this quickly, believing brute force will be enough to guarantee approval. Amidst the confusion, Tuma hesitates and thinks fast. He knows using the dragon scale blade would be too risky in that scenario and needs something more controlled to not attract unwanted attention. Thus, our MC opts for safety. He materializes the cutting steel blade and joins the attack, trying to blend into the crowd while preparing his move. Hakagami adjusts his glasses, calmly seeing the tsunami of people coming, showing zero fear. The examiner announces the official start of the exam at the last second before impact. In the blink of an eye, he moves at a speed no one can follow. Hakogami becomes a blur, striking and dodging, sending candidates flying away with the ease of swatting flies. The scene shifts to an aerial view, showing the immediate damage. Dozens of participants are hurled off the platform, falling toward the precipice, while the examiner cleans the arena alone. The few left standing are paralyzed with terror. Looking at the clock, they go into shock, realizing only 5 seconds have passed, and almost everyone is already eliminated. One of the survivors trembles, not believing what his eyes didn't see. Hakogami stands in their midst with posture intact, and the guy admits he couldn't even see the attack movements. The examiner stares at the group with an expression of pure disappointment. He laments deeply, saying it's sad to see hunters who can't keep up with that speed because they rely only on relics. To wrap up, he cites Kiritani Gaya's name as a negative example. Hakogami explains the doctor was the weakest rank A in history precisely because he thought he could buy power with money instead of training. The examiner stares at the remaining participants with a cold look and declares that replacing the old doctor would be an easy task for most there, but there is a very important catch in this whole equation. With a purple aura emanating from his body, he explains A-rank hunters are the last line of defense and cannot fail their missions, because that would mean putting millions of innocent lives at risk. Thus, Hakogami adjusts his glasses, focusing his penetrating gaze on each of them, and warns firmly he will never allow weak or unprepared people to flaunt such a heavy title. The candidates are paralyzed with fear, realizing his filter is much stricter than imagined, and approval chances in that test are practically zero given this absurd requirement. Meanwhile, the scene shows the imposing association tower shining under the sun, and it becomes clear probably once again there will be no one approved to rank up that day. In a flashback, we see a board meeting where Hakogami makes it clear all examinees must meet excellent standards or will be failed without mercy or pity. One director comments that despite having S-level skills, Hakogami prefers staying at rank A precisely to serve as an insurmountable barrier filtering the deluded who think they can rise. Back in the arena, chaos reigns when a group of desperate candidates tries to attack the examiner from behind with axes and swords, thinking numerical advantage will make a difference. But the result is brutal, and with fast movements, Hakogami beats them all simultaneously, proving why to this day no candidate has passed his rigorous screening. Facing this massacre, the few remaining drop their weapons and run away, terrified, screaming they give up, because it's not worth dying over a simple test. The battlefield becomes empty except for fainted bodies, and Hakagami remains, standing impeccable, confirming his reputation as the absolute #1 among A-rank hunters. Suddenly, a red-haired young man watches the scene with a quiet smile and comments that opponent is just a clone with 1/10 of the original strength, which makes the challenge quite interesting. This guy is rank B hunter Kimochi Hayate, who without wasting time draws his huge golden fan, releasing flaming energy that lights up the whole place with its power. The other participants, still conscious, are jaw-dropped and scream, surprised, recognizing that weapon in his hands is a super rare gold relic. Our MC watches the intense shine of that artifact and immediately realizes the aura emitted by it is completely different and much purer than the rotten energy he felt in the traitorous doctor. Kimochi Hayate wastes no time and goes on the offensive with everything he has because he wants to prove his worth, and releases a gigantic golden energy wave, screaming at the top of his lungs. The attack, called Hero's Epic Poem, advances like a light tsunami against Hakagami, who stands back, turned still and calm, as if that explosion were nothing special. Suddenly impact happens and light explodes, but to our MC's shock, Hakagami blocks that devastating gold-level attack using just a short, simple blade. The examiner holds the knife firmly, showing no effort, deflecting the massive energy with a precise movement, proving his defense is absolutely impenetrable. Kimochi Hayate is completely shocked by what just happened, and his eyes widen in disbelief, because he doesn't accept his strongest blow was stopped so easily. The candidate audience also panics, trying to understand the logic, and scream, asking how a silver weapon managed to stop such a powerful gold relic. Taking advantage of the opening, Hakagami presses his knife against the redhead's giant weapon, who moans in pain, being pushed back by the examiner's absurd physical strength. Even being humiliated, Hayate refuses to lose right there and stares at the examiner with a furious look, warning now he's going to start fighting seriously for real. At that moment, the guy's eye shines intensely, indicating danger, while a red aura starts emanating from him, showing he still has an ace up his sleeve to use. But suddenly Kurogane Toma does something totally unexpected, and instead of continuing the dispute, he simply turns his back, sheathing his sword, and starts walking away. Other participants get confused, seeing our MC leaving the circle voluntarily, and don't understand why he's giving up now since he was handling the pressure. Meanwhile, Hayate notices something very strange about the enemy's weapon, and sweating bullets notes that thing blocking his attack isn't a silver relic like everyone thought. The blade glows with a sinister purple aura, revealing its true nature, and Hayate realizes, terrified, that it's just a common knife sold at any convenience store. The revelation drops like a bomb, leaving everyone jaw-dropped as candidates freeze, discovering the examiner didn't even use a real relic to fight. Kimochi Hayate feels insulted and desperate with the colossal power difference, so he grinds his teeth, screaming he won't accept his journey ending so pathetically. Tuma runs far from the swords, and Hakagami watches, saying retreating is also a valid strategy if he wants to survive. But the examiner notices the boy stopped and turned back, commenting with a provocative smile that it seems he isn't really running away. With a determined look, our MC reveals he is desperately looking for a specific relic and can't leave there empty-handed. He grips the sword handle tightly and states to achieve this goal he is forced to become an A-rank hunter right now, no matter what. Thus, blue energy starts glowing on the blade, while he prepares to show he's not playing around and is going all out. Tuma thinks about the brutal path to find the basilisk dagger and decides with all his soul retreating is not an option because his sister's life depends on it. Hakagami blocks the first attack with his knife but smiles, satisfied, sensing a burning core of determination inside the boy. Right after, blades collide violently, spreading sparks everywhere, while our MC tries to press with brute force. From there, Toma starts moving at high speed, trying to find a gap in the examiner's perfect defense, dodging counterattacks. Blows become a blur of light and sound, with the young man attacking from all possible angles, giving no rest, hoping to land a single hit. But Tuma is shocked and cold, sweating, realizing facing that man with just a knife is the same as trying to fight a devastating typhoon. The examiner looks sideways at the clock and warns coldly only 2 minutes remain for the test end, increasing psychological pressure. Hakagami mentally praises the boy's performance, noting despite his attack speed being superior, something interesting is happening in the fight. Toma uses his weapon's ability to reshape the blade mid-movement, managing to keep up with the opponent's absurd strike rhythm. The examiner barely dodges and realizes, impressed, the boy is adapting the sword shape to not lower guard against relics for a second. Hakagami watches the fight thinking just using a knife he can't extract all the true potential that boy hides inside. Meanwhile Tuma attacks with fury, but is shocked seeing the examiner block his blows, using just his weapon handle with annoying ease. Suddenly a violent electric discharge runs through metal during impact, making sparks fly everywhere, illuminating both fighters' faces. Our MC feels the shock run through his arms and lets out a grunt of pain because electricity is frying his nerves while holding the sword. He tries to pull away quickly to break contact but realizes his current weapon became a death trap against that type of elemental defense. Tuma understands instantly a common steel blade conducts electricity, and that's why he is at a terrible disadvantage against the rank A's powers. But instead of giving up, his eyes shine with a flame of stubbornness, because he knows his ability allows overcoming any material weakness if he is creative. With a scream coming from the bottom of his soul, he reaffirms his promise not to retreat even a millimeter before that absurd obstacle. Determination overflows from his face, while ignoring physical pain forcing his body to keep moving against the instructor's crushing pressure. So he activates his swordless creation technique again, visualizing a material that not only resists but also nullifies the enemy's electrical advantage. Hakagami watches through his glasses with mild interest, noticing the boy's weapon aura changing drastically right in front of him. In an explosion of blue energy, Tuma invokes the dragon scale blade, made of insulating material much more resistant than common steel. Now wielding this new weapon with blue flames dancing around, the boy advances with eyes shining like headlights ready to turn the tables. Even attacking with everything, Tuma admits in thought Hakagami is on a completely different level of strength, because he doesn't even seem to be sweating with that. The examiner blocks the new gigantic attack with just one hand, asking with a smile if even facing this insurmountable wall the young man still doesn't plan to give up. With that, Tuma lets out a scream from the bottom of his soul, making it clear to everyone retreating isn't in his vocabulary even in that impossible situation. Right after, he lifts his new weapon called Dragon Scale Blade, glowing with intense blue energy ready for decisive combat. While the two stare each other down in the arena, observers up in the glass room comment, shocked Hakagami finally drew a golden relic in the test. However, their attention soon shifts to the boy, because no one understands what kind of black relic that is, since normal weapon ranks only go up to gold. Facing the situation, the chubby director adjusts his glasses, feeling a chill down his spine, because his veteran instinct says something historic is happening there. Analyzing the weapon's intense shine, he comes to a frightening conclusion: that artifact in the young man's hands might be a level superior to gold. Back on the battlefield, our MC breathes heavily, trying to catch his breath while facing the examiner's impeccable and scary posture. His mind works a mile a minute, realizing he can't use the cutting steel blade anymore if he wants to leave alive from that dispute against a monster. He remembers the terrible pain he felt before concluding continuing to use conductive metal against an opponent controlling lightning is asking to be electrocuted. Toma evaluates options quickly, noting obsidian isn't resistant enough and his alchemy sword is still out of reach at that moment. So he bets all chips on the dragon scale blade, but knows this weapon has a serious flaw and only withstands being swung with full force a single time. With sweat running down his face, the boy decides there is no margin for error and will put all his vital energy into this next attack, trying to win. Wasting no time, he advances like a rocket, leaving a blue light trail while Hakagami just leans back with annoying calm. Weapons collide violently, spreading sparks everywhere, and Tuma curses seeing his surprise attack blocked precisely by the golden staff. Even managing to avoid electric shock, our MC feels his bones shake with impact, because every physical blow from the examiner carries the weight of a mountain. Tuma realizes the fight rhythm changed, because attack quantity dropped drastically compared to the short knife blow rain before. He analyzes fast, understanding the examiner is now using a long spear, making handling harder and naturally slower at short distances. Meanwhile, Hakagami watches the boy's new sword with curiosity, but strangely doesn't try to attack, just keeping guard high, waiting. Our MC tries finding gaps, but realizes frustrated the instructor ignores any small opening, not biting the bait at all. At that moment, the penny drops and Tuma understands the opponent doesn't want to trade blows, but is waiting patiently for a single perfect opportunity to take him down for good with one hit. His eyes widen, noticing he fell for the psychological trap, because Hakagami was just inducing him to commit a fatal error trying to advance. Suddenly, the examiner shouts he found the gap, bringing his weapon down with terrifying speed, seizing the exact moment the boy exposed himself. Toma feels mortal danger, freezing, seeing electricity crackle around the staff descending towards him like a judgment bolt. While attacking, Hakagami teaches a valuable lesson, shouting a hunter should never jump headfirst into an opportunity appearing to fall from the sky so easily. The impact is devastating, causing a gigantic light and fire explosion sweeping the platform, making other candidates scream in terror, thinking the boy turned to ash. When smoke clears, Hakagami praises coldly, saying the candidate dodged well, managing to survive that direct attack which would be fatal. However, his tone changes to disappointment, stating he would like to praise this dodge, but that kind of mediocre thinking is only allowed up to rank B. With a penetrating look piercing the soul, he says, "If there were someone behind Toma to be protected, that person would be dead right now, because of that decision to dodge." Those words hit our MC like a knife to the chest, remembering his sister, realizing he is hanging on the abyss edge by a thread, almost falling. Meanwhile, a mysterious guy watches everything from afar with an amused smile, commenting, "Only 30 seconds remain for this hellish test end." Toma stares at the examiner, cursing quietly because Hakagami's presence is so heavy it seems to crush air around him, making everything tense. The instructor looks down with an undecipherable expression, and the boy feels on his skin that crushing strength is way out of his league. At that moment, Spirit Ayan appears floating beside the sword, commenting casually, "Toma's weapon handling got much worse," leaving the youth confused. While Hakagami spins his spear, creating fire trails, Ayan starts a quick class explaining relics work with special energy called Perloma. He continues saying just holding an artifact allows the user to receive a small amount of benefits from this mysterious power, increasing attributes. However, someone experienced like Hakagami doesn't settle for leftovers, pulling Perloma directly from the relic, making physical abilities skyrocket to absurd levels. Facing this revelation, our MC tries blocking a blow, but is thrown back, realizing desperate he can't do that advanced technique. Tuma wipes blood from his mouth, panting, when Ayan's small version appears, reminding him he already did that instinctively during the fight against the crazy doctor. Hearing that, the boy widens eyes, letting out a grunt of surprise, because the penny finally starts dropping about what happened that day. His mind travels back to the past, recalling clearly the power sensation and blue flames wrapping his body when facing the traitor. But reality hits hard when Hakagami brings his spear down violently, hitting Tuma, fully making him spit saliva with impact force. Ayan watches the scene floating upside down, admitting impressed by the boy's creativity beating White Dragon without using Perloma. However, he changes tone, warning seriously, only tricks and improv won't be enough to defeat that man in colored glasses who is a monster. Tuma gets up for another weapon clash, while the spirit prepares to give final advice, saying now is the moment to evolve. To wrap up, Ayan looks at his master's back, agreeing with the enemy, stating what Hakagami said about not retreating makes total sense. In that instant, Ayan snaps fingers, creating a magic spark, telling the boy to use imagination, because that is the trigger to release true hidden potential. The spirit whispers in his ear, asking him to imagine fighting with his beloved, defenseless little sister standing right behind his back, depending on him. Suzun's image, praying with joined hands, appears in Tuma's mind, and that memory becomes the emotional fuel missing to light the flame. Suddenly, a dull thud echoes inside our MC's chest, as if a powerful engine just started at max revs. Dense energy starts leaking from his body, covering the floor, while Hakagami watches that drastic atmosphere change cautiously. Toma lifts his face, eyes shining intense yellow, and Dragon Scale Blade responds to his call wrapped in blue aura. The examiner looks over shoulder, and for the first time his colored glasses reflect real concern, because the boy's presence became gigantic. Without warning, blue flames explode violently around Toma, holding the sword firmly, now overflowing with Perloma power. With a war cry, he advances, delivering a heavy blow, colliding against Hakagami's spear, spreading sparks, illuminating entire arena. Impact force is so absurd, concrete floor shatters under their feet, dragging examiner back, trying to contain pressure. Other candidates watching from afar stand jaw-dropped, not understanding how a rookie mastered that power level in seconds. Hakagami adjusts glasses with trembling hand, admitting mentally he underestimated the boy, because that brute force escapes normal comprehension. Tuma lands on ground, wrapped in that pulsating blue energy cloak, looking like a true battle demon, ready to destroy everything. Meanwhile, Ayan smiles proud, floating in sky, philosophizing in love. Everything is possible, and that's exactly why Tuma is so special. Our MC moves with supernatural agility, feeling body light as a feather, realizing now he can deliver as many blows as he wants without tiring. Seeing that scene, Kimochi Hayate lets out hysterical laugh. Toma feels arms incredibly light, wondering, shocked, why he got so strong suddenly while trading violent blows. He admits having no idea what the trigger for this change was, but decides focusing only on maintaining pressure non-stop. Hakagami blocks attack rain thinking scared boy mastered in seconds technique, taking him 5 years to learn. The examiner realizes this happened precisely at battle's most critical moment, proving youth's talent is monstrous. With glasses shine feeling new emotion admitting finally found person waiting so long. Hakagami stares into Tuma's fierce yellow eyes confirming that boy is worthy carrying rank a weight on shoulders. Right after colossal shockwave explodes arena center throwing dust everywhere leaving audience confused. Observers scream seeing nothing noticing only 20 seconds remain hoping for miracle. In office chubby director interlaces fingers feeling strong hunch growing in chest watching everything. Glasses shining betting veteran intuition firmly believing boy will pass impossible test. Crowd outside starts vibrating with contagious energy shouting support words for Tuma victory. Timer marks final 5 seconds. They continue fierce battle. With timer zeroing confusion takes over arena. Soon their fight is interrupted someone shouts for them to wait a moment. They then jump back quickly ending battle. Right after they land softly, then look up to sky. The blonde in sandals wastes no time bragging asking if boy's performance wasn't incredible confirming recommendation was spot on having clinical eye for talent. Hakagami adjusts glasses, still impressed with battle admitting no choice. But to agree youth potential is frightening worthy of attention. Even so examiner comments whole situation completely insane, while Hojo keeps mysterious smile appearing amused by chaos installed. Scene changes drastically showing cause of tension a gigantic terrifying black vortex known as Paradise Hole opened over city darkening sky. Back on ground Tuma runs through forest ignoring test and floating behind asking if really abandoning exam like that without explanation. But our MC doesn't listen saying saw something strange coming from deep woods needs investigating right now instincts screaming. He remembers bad feeling when touching bell earlier connecting to sinister evil presence felt coming from specific place like bad omen. Meanwhile in another forest part candidate with glasses light hair walks carefree bumping into silhouette standing strangely in tree shadow. Guy approaches curious commenting those are participants doing exam together noticing they are too motionless to be normal. Getting closer whole group freezes in terror realizing 2 candidates aren't just standing still, but transformed into stone statues with fear expressions. Shock is general glasses boy warns everyone be careful that definitely work of wandering monster very dangerous invading test area. Suddenly Tuma appears from bushes with innocent face, saying just went for quick leak complaining disguising situation got dangerous out of nowhere. Tuma arrives in clearing spirit and floats beside staring glasses boy with immediate distrust asking if he is a relic. Our MC gets confused sudden partner question asking what he means since only humans there. But focusing special vision Tuma notices something scary emanating from Guy seeming harmless until now. He notes dense purple aura not coming from held object, but from inside person, as if he were living artifact itself. Glasses boy notices intense look asking innocently if Tuma, okay pretending not understanding anything happening. Tuma ignores theater going straight to point asking firm voice, if that guy actually legendary relic known as Basilisk. That moment mask falls Guy's face deforms evil smile purple energy explodes around revealing nature. With distorted voice confirms identity asking curious how simple human discovered true names so fast. Without wasting time talking Tuma advances blink of an eye screaming monster bring petrified people back normal right now. He jumps sword ready to cut channeling all fury direct strike end threat right there. Human form monster watches attack coming without moving muscle keeping sadistic arrogant smile face. Blade descends full force but to absolute shock our MC enemy stops attack humiliating ease. Tuma widens eyes not believing seeing Basilisk held dragon scale blade using only bare hand without scratch. Block impact makes ground shake creature. Doesn't even recoil holding deadly weapon like harmless twig. While Toma hangs in air trying process absurd strength Basilisk says calmly he understood everything wrong about situation. Toma tries pulling sword back full force panicking realizing can't move blade millimeter enemy grip absurd. Glasses boy admits greatest naturalness he turned other guy's stone but drops bomb saying actually he isn't Basilisk. Our MC stands not understanding anything stammering asking what means while monster ignores question analyzing weapon curiosity. Comments never saw relic like that before soon wrinkles nose smelling disgusting presence recognizing old memories. With psychotic smile stares blade asking directly if An lowered himself to point transforming mere object survive. An remains serious inside sword enemy confirms suspicions calling spirit by name proving know each other long time. So monster starts reflecting aloud tapping fingerhead, wondering what brings more benefits true Basilisk situation. But right after throws logic away screaming laughing no idea answer showing doesn't care complex plans. Expression changes pure sadism decides most fun simply kill everyone there now without thinking twice. Toma feels imminent danger, shocked opponent, murderous aura explodes indicating play over, real fight starts. Suddenly fake basilisk launches air upside down, insane speed, ready crush boy, devastating surprise attack. Enemy starts brutal punch sequence, screaming non-stop bombing Toma defense, rain heavy blows. RMC forced retreat, holding sword, two hands trying block impacts making arms shake violently. Toma terrified, cold sweating, realizing monster facing legendary relic, using only bare fists, suffering no damage. Creature physical strength overwhelming, each punch feels like sledgehammer pushing boy back, making clear level difference. Suddenly Spirit Aeon manifests, completely identifies true enemy nature, revealing living relic named Spider Sword and Anthem. Ion explains being rare anomaly artifact, developed own personality, created human physical body, move freely. RMC in shock, realizing fighting own weapon. But Toma doesn't lose focus, hearing explanation. Ghost talks trash but Toma soon returns focus. Toma keeps attacking non-stop, sword demands, knowing exact number people petrified. But creature comments not knowing, just following basilisk order. She keeps dodging simultaneous attacks. And mocks again not knowing because so many. Tired trash talk, Toma furious, sister memories. Launches frenzied attacks, screaming. Powerful attacks collide. Aeon watches scene, reminds partner fundamental rule, explaining artifact, not made to be broken by another, so cut useless. Facing this an Anthem decides get little more serious, materializes two long sharp spines, hands use dual daggers, combat. With manic smile increases attack pressure, asking mocking how boy plans survive now he has double. Monster gives no respite, descends sky extra blades prepared, impale boy reacting helpless, surprise air attack. Toma feels terror, paralyzed muscles. But suddenly golden thunder tears skies, powerful figure descends, spinning like hurricane, invoking thunder spirit dance, Al-Fame technique. Landing impact creates wind electricity vortex, so violent forces an Anthem retreat immediately, not shattered storm. Creature lands safe distance, intrigued noticing new opponent, also knows true relic name. When dust settles, Toma sighs relief, calls savior name, seeing Hakagami arrived exact moment, prevent worst. Hakagami quickly goes offensive. Right after activates wild lightning dance, moving so fast leaves golden light trails air. Skill hits standing opponent hundreds times, incredible speed. Anthem forced defensive frowns, surprised hardness blows, wondering what trick man using be so strong. Even pressured monster smiles approval, praises Hakagami speed, saying seems relic Thorless became natural body part. Examiner ignores praises, brings staff down full force, cracking ground, while enemy watches attentively every movement, analytical eyes. Suddenly an Anthem smile changes, discovery expression, notes strange opponent posture, realizes deduction wrong. Purple aura explodes back, four gigantic blades attached chains emerge, spider legs, revealing true Anthem sword power. Now 6 blades, disposal creature laughs, initiates insane cut bombardment, trying overload Hakagami defense, pure violence. That moment Spirit Aeon watches a rank hunter movement, comments, Shockman dark glasses, wasn't fighting serious against Toma. Realizes power difference, colossal Hakagami holding back whole time, just testing boy's skills exam. But Toma doesn't want wait, runs toward danger, Aeon screaming desperate up there, asking not go. Boy ignores warning, thinks perfect chance attack since monster totally focused Hakagami fight. Adrenaline high, decides grab unique opening, land critical hit, force villain reveal basilisk location. Aeon sees disaster about happen, appears front face screaming Toma retreat, keep calm, suicide. However youth already jumped, sword hand believing win, an Anthem opens sadistic smile noticing reckless approach. Creature doesn't even need turn, just manipulates chains back, preparing deadly surprise, flushed attacker coming behind. Suddenly several blades appear, Aeon screams horrified, revealing 8 blade relic, impossible dodge air. Sky above covered sharp points, Toma widens eyes, panic realizing too late, fell right trap. Tries stop movement, gravity cruel, watches helpless spider blades converging quickly, pierce body. Nauseating impact sound, tears forest silence, alarming blood amount explodes, staining green grass bright red. But absolute boy surprise feels no pain, opening eyes sees Hakagami, threw himself front, receive fatal damage. Examiner protects youth body with own, murmurs difficulty happened because Toma only looks front. Hakagami spits blood over boy shoulder, pain expression clear, blade wound deep devastating. Spitting alarming blood amount, boy paralyzed shock. Even chest pierced, Hakagami smiles weak, says protecting future adult duty. Trembling despair, Toma stays paralyzed while Hakagami tries motivate Toma stay firm. Watching sadistic pleasure, Anthem mocks useless sacrifice. Retracting spider limbs, creature asks laughing who next die, entertain. While slowly disappearing, Hakagami puts hand shoulders saying his turn, protect something. Then slowly disappears. No patience, villain uses relic, take advantage, Toma distracted. And final moment, drone sees everything above. Then creature screams kill everyone. Everyone terrified watching scene, drone. Toma furious comments won't allow more victims, but no important person. He definitely saves Suzune. Confident says entrusted Miss Hakagami will protect. Ghost curious know why an anthem assumed human form. Then Ghost calls Toma explains every creation sword has characteristic. Squeezing handle hard Toma feels energy flow weapon finally accepted determination. Together sync release overwhelming blue aura ready decide fight destiny. Staring intense shine Anthem smiles arrogant challenging pair show capable. Provoking no fear villain calls An fight wanting see old friend still has trick. Exploding blue flames fire column rises skies surprising everyone absurd heat. Shouting final command An shapes scale blade promises use weapon body cut enemy. Laughing attempt Anthem says teach true dragons spit real fire faces. Shaking earth battle devastates forest while measuring forces creating huge crater. Firing purple blades monster initiates lethal bombardment covering sky deadly projectiles. Demonic face screams standing still save no one increases attack pressure. Dodging shots Tuma runs explosions purple focused approach target quickly. Widening eyes and Anthem realizes boy past shot barrier unharmed shocked. Surprise attack 2 giant blades descend front trying crush our protagonist Mercy. Blocking heavy impact Toma feels arms shake keeps guard firm against attack. Realizing mistaken Anthem grinds teeth furious seeing blind spot protected. Screaming strength our protagonist materializes new blade counter aggression instantly. Retreating agility deflects deadly blows raining all directions non-stop. Dodging death millimeters Tuma continues frenzied dance between purple light beams. Accelerating pace surpasses lightning speed leaving blue light trails path. Mocking nervous monster comments brat too fast looking electric spark. Attacking high and Anthem chains plummet assassin rain spears. Planting foot soil boy break sharply changing route not impaled alive. Sliding style passes under enemy guard escaping deadly trap. Breathing deep Tuma warns murderous look final reckoning time arrived. Locking aim objective eyes shine absolute certainty imminent victory. Advancing everything crashes sword against chains creating spark explosion. Panicking an Anthem feels defense pressured force unexpected. Asking incredulous how possible villain sees guard open precise blow. Concentrating kinetic vision focuses energy arms next vital movement. Narrowing focus max ignores world prepares imminent impact. Breathing deep boy assumes defensive posture waiting enemy total attack. Surrounding prey chains Anthem screams nobody magic die now. Descending skies monster attacks fury calling our protagonist disposable pawn. Deflecting blades precision Tuma not shaken deadly blow rain. Keeping serious face calculates millimetrically exact moment turn tables. Mocking strategy villain asks boy idiot try obvious frontal attack. Revealing ace Tuma materializes gigantic weapon rock solid gold. Watching far Hakagami notes monster hasn't lost reasoning capacity. Emanating golden aura boy holds colossal weight showing card sleeve. Accepting final challenge an Anthem adjusts glasses decides end single blow. Raising giant club Tuma bets everything brute force dispute crush rival. Invoking an Ansi cursed nest weapon transforms colossal trunk full thorns. Crashing violence sacred wood falls enemy furious god hammer. Hearing alert An points exact moment tells boy focus objective. Wielding shining weapon Tuma channels strength decisive blow. Whispering ear spirit warns second define everything. Letting out ferocious roar our protagonist descends heavy blade total violence. Crashing air relics impact creates blinding spark explosion. Retreating blow and Anthem feels absurd weight groans trying hold defense. Losing patience creature screams furious promising grind rival bones. Resisting bravely Toma feels muscles burn brute force dispute. Sliding ground feet tier earth incapable contain monster advance. Being dragged back hears enemy yell demanding die soon. Cracking pressure golden weapon starts give right front face. Shattering thousand pieces blade breaks leaving boy totally exposed. Looking side Tuma sees An silhouette start disappear slowly. Vanishing light spirit leaves last request protect sacrificed. Cursing loud Tuma despairs seeing unique chance turn dust ground. Denying defeat scream Tuma refuses fall presses back soul. Striking living blade Anthem tries cut boy half finds resistance. Smiling sharp teeth villain mocks saying stubbornness irritating. Squinting eyes our protagonist notices something very strange happening rival weapon. Glowing sinister red spider sword starts emit unusual heat. Perceiving danger Tuma asks shocked weapon always infernal color. Hearing spirit voice background An tries alert fire dragon coming. Roaring flames legendary monster illusion appears overlapping manic villain figure. Revealing ace and Anthem releases hidden red dragon power sealed blade. Widening eyes Tuma stares opponent feels deadly heat burn face. Laughing insane monster mocks saying just buying time. Screaming urgency An tells boy attack through flames hesitates second. Advancing everything and Anthem jumps finish fight saying won't let escape. Invoking supreme technique Tuma screams dragon scale blade goes all nothing. Exploding light fire collide arena center creating destruction pillar. Releasing unbearable heat wave red dragon energy floods arena blinding everyone. Grinding teeth Tuma feels enemy blade weight realizes pushed back. Sweating cold tries maintain position monster brute force seems overwhelming. Screaming pain and Anthem feels arms burn, realizes too late, fatal mistake committed. Burning inside out, villain sees limbs consumed, own generated heat. Taking advantage gap, our protagonist spins body, lands devastating blow, chest. Planting foot, ground, Tuma channels accumulated energy, scale blade, final shot. Roaring volcano, imperial wrath released concentrated pure destruction beam. Wrapped flames attack, pierces monster defense, incinerating everything path. Flying air and Anthem thrown ragdoll, totally powerless power. Colliding soil, violently spits blood, barely understands hit. Falling defeated grass, smoking villain body finally stops moving. Breathing difficulty, Tuma watches fallen opponent, trying recover lost breath. Explaining Ace AN reveals blade absorb enemy heat, returned once. Looking own hands, trembling boy admits scared power, almost destroyed body. Walking defeated, Tuma sees villain still breathing, decides interrogate spot. Holding enemy collar, demands no true basilisk hidden. Laughing bloodmouth and Anthem says knows nothing, just disposable piece. Trembling fear reveals master coward, prefers eliminate leave trace. Panicking Tuma shakes monster, screaming undo people, petrification. Cracking glass, villain body starts glow purple, signaling self-destruction. Mocking situation and Anthem says oops, comments lifetime expired. Deciding speak last thing, offers final info, cruel farewell gift. Revealing truth, tells Lord Yami became blind, artifact seeking power cost. Disintegrating dust, screams last words, everything revenge. Watching enemy turn magic dust, Toma feels frustration, losing unique clue. Echoing wind, monster voice promises day, return fulfill objective. Looking nothing, An thoughtful, trying remember heard name before. Questioning air, Tuma repeats word revenge, understanding real enemies. Interrupting conversation, portal opens, mysterious voice complains delay. Showing past visions, monster reveals shadow army waiting shadows. Led Lord Yami creatures desire destroy humanity built. Disappearing light, portal closes, taking answers, leaving many doubts. Staring void, Tuma feels chill, realizes problems just starting. Crouching grass, An watches shiny leftover defeated enemy ashes. Picking object, lifts pulsing pink heart emanating strange energy. Admiring shine, spirit comments pure essence left battle. Walking trail, someone arrives suddenly, interrupts reflection moment. Exciting shadows, hey it appears clapping quiet smile face. Greeting pair, blonde asks okay, confusion. Praising performance, says impressive fight, watch distance. Ignoring conversation, An focuses attention, juicy snack hands. Smiling awkward, hey it realizes totally sidelines spirit. Throwing mouth, An swallows heart once devours essence ceremony. Sighing satisfied, says delicious sunlight returns shine. Looking up, Tuma sees examiner approach, body covered wounds. Staring boy, Hakagami asks hoarse voice finally overcame fears. Emanating intense heat, man reveals fire aura proving absurd strength. Walking slow, comments rare, see rookie worry veteran. Turning back, Hakagami starts walking, leaving boy kneeling, clearing. Stopping instant, examiner praises performance, saying just well done. Smiling pride, calls boy name, recognizing finally equal. Kneeling grass, Tuma feels moment wait, penny drops slow. Opening radiant smile, realizes emotional past classification test. Watching master leave, boy thanks silence, silhouette disappears distance. Changing scenario, man white climbs stairs, calling master basilisk. Staring monstrous statues, shadowy figure waits top bizarre temple. Observing landscape, place looks distorted world, blood dead trees. Reflecting life, mysterious voice says people ugly creatures real. Walking red sea, villain declares hell true paradise. Calling defeated servant, voice asks old An finally returned. Hidden shadows feels sadistic pleasure knowing rival alive. Caressing world hand, villain promises create nightmare paradise. Smiling diabolically, basilisk reveals human face, says ready war. Emanating green aura, closes fist decreeing peace and earth. Staring void, sinister eye opens, watching humanity step. Blooming darkness, blue roses mark total destruction, plan start. Feeling shiver, Tuma looks horizon, realizing changed air. Turning neck, fast notes strange disturbance coming direction. Cutting forest, someone approaches, speed eyes barely follow. Roaring thunder, distant explosion sound, ground vibrate strong. Going pale, Toma feels atmospheric pressure plummet, arrival something. Admiring spectacle, Hakagami points up asking boy observe well. Illuminating night, shooting star rain, tears sky, magic colors. Falling destruction, fire meteor hits earth, showing absolute power. Opening mouth, shock, Tuma barely believes impossible vision eyes. Floating against gravity, purple stones rise skies, creating otherworld scenario. Observing phenomenon, An comments impressed atmosphere changed completely. Adjusting glasses, Hakagami murmurs 10 strongest man world finally arrived. Descending skies, Didi blonde figure lands emanating absolute power. Smiling ear Hojo Kyoki looks friendly, confuses boy head. Touching ground, lightness, feet barely noise demonstrating perfect control. Running greet, Tuma thanks help, interrupted question. Staring youth, Hojo questions fight reason, release save sick sister. Changing expression, opens mooching smile, asks boy lend cash. Joking situation, laughs, Hakagami serious face saying just joke. Getting serious again, Hojo explains Elite Hunter's hidden world. Extending hand invites Tuma join alliance, sees great destiny. Widening eyes, our protagonist speechless, irrefutable proposal. Bowing apologies, Tuma refuses invitation, sister only priority now. Accepting refusal, smile, Hojo doesn't insist, knows future uncertain. Thanking opportunity, Toma bows, relieved, survived mortal test. Staying alone, examiner blonde watches boy walk away, forest trail. Confirming success, Hakagami says manage, guaranteed good elixir amount. Sneaking away, Hojo waves by, escaping millionaire debt collection. Crossing arms, Hakagami asks serious, courage, extort rookie 2. Changing subject, blonde says relax, details irrelevant. Extending hand, Hojo feels destiny, weight guarantees union written. Comparing situations, murmurs satisfied, reminds Mitsuna case. Taking off, sky leaves partner behind, watching horizon, fixed look. Reflecting alone, Hakagami questions friend, right comparison now. Recalling past memory, shows Hojo recruiting Mitsuna, sunset light. Forcing friendship, grabbing companion, screaming destiny work. Adjusting glasses, Hakagami sighs, worried, imagining blonde plan. Jumping building, scene changes, city future, discussion continues. Reflecting invitation, Tuma thinks powerful allies, bad idea, future. Holding card, knows money helps, strength really matters. Remembering Suzune, boy feels heart squeeze, promises cure disease soon. Frowning, recalls villain's threat, knows coming. Recalling fear felt, Tuma decides never let anyone threaten family. Commenting enemy, Ayan warns Lord Yami, ancient legend dangerous too. Showing concern, spirit says need evolve, confront shadow. Walking decided, Tuma swears train overcome obstacle. Breaking tense mood, Ayan asks dinner, dying hunger. Going down street, sunset, return home, long exhausting day. Arriving building, boy looks window, expecting light on always. Entering excited, screams arrived, ready, hug sister, tell everything. Finding room empty, Toma finds silence, strange, feels slight chill spine. Noticing paper table, approaches fast, hoping just went out. Reading note left, Tuma discovers market, lets air relieved. Crumpling paper, Tuma screams furious, realizes dirty trap. Feeling overwhelming presence, Ayan flies behind boy asking power. Arriving vacant lot, ancient tower stands against sunset light. Stopping sharply, Toma spots female silhouette waiting top structure. Smiling malice, blonde woman says anxious prodigy, boy arrival. Ignoring praises, Toma snarls asking hell hid sister. Staring villain demands no reason involved, innocent dirt. Cold look answers kidnapping girl, only way force alliance. Losing head, Tuma screams shut mouth, charges mortal hate. Invoking swordless creation, materializes blade, middle frantic run. Attacking steel, cutting blade tries slice enemy, single movement. Perceiving dodge, changes weapon shape, screaming iron cage transformation. Creating instant metal bars, surrounds woman trying trap completely. Closing trap, Tuma believes captured kidnapper inside steel prison. But surprise, alchemy box appears blocking attack easily. Blocking attack, golden barrier, woman smiles, effort useless. Holding boy chin, approaches provocative look, treating child. Calling good boy, praises attack, makes clear difference absurd. Throwing far light, explosion proves didn't sweat win. Explaining situation, asks understand wrong, guarantees kidnap nobody. Pointing horizon, reveals real enemy, threatens destroy world. Hearing truth, Tuma silence, watching sunset, reflecting choices. Kissing ring finger, declares firmly only desire protect world. Nodding head, boy admits low wants strength, save loves. Swearing win says doesn't care, turn monster, fulfill duty. Squeezing fists, Tuma feels determination burn, decides get stronger. Staring woman sees absolute power, reflection aims reach day. Breaking serious mood, changes subject, suddenly asks sister now. Getting confused, question, Tuma answers stammering must be home. Showing reality, scene changes, Suzune eating cake, happy knowing nothing. Smiling tenderness, Suzune memory appears reminding true reason fight. Showing past says fateful day became hope many. Surrounded admiration, Tuma realizes hero fame spreads school. Talking serious girl points people world needing protection. Pointing finger face demands firmness, become legendary hunter. Agreeing low, Tuma admits right can't escape heavy destiny. Mocking scene, Ayan appears chibi version calling master Siscum silly. Hugging boy behind blonde teases saying time forget sister. Gluing face smiles malicious asking prefer experienced. Opening arms world asks ready carry weight. Talking future guarantees brute force essential wars coming. Extending hand again, Rito's official invitation forms strongest alliance. Accepting challenge, Tuma smiles determined close his fist sealing agreement. Shaking hands, sunset firm pact change humanity destiny. Celebrating agreement slaps boy back almost face ground. Closing agreement smiles celebrates new union satisfied result. Changing attitude, girl joins hands apologizes strong slap. Making charm looks eyes asks protection world dangers. Promising silly, Toma puff chest guarantees care life. Swit drop head doesn't understand bipolar. Entering conversation, Hojo comments versatility useful future battles. Showing real threat projects villains images exiting shadows. Smiling macabre enemy face appears clear cruelty infinite. Feeling spiritual pressure, Tuma realizes shocked current strength nothing. Accepting challenge eyes shine yellow screams surpass all. Walking entrance blonde introduces ancient tower hell starts. Paralyzed structure boy feels heavy aura emanates inside. Pointing gate reveals dungeon training stage. Lifting 3 fingers trainer promises triple power cost. Winking confidence expects see leave real man. Shaking hand determination Tuma closes eyes decides trust. Recalling past battles sees blood path traveled. Opening confident smile boy declares ready hell coming. Interrupting moment Hoja protests saying boy join team. Staring blonde coldness argues skills match youth. Crossing arms girl reminds saw potential first. Discussing children veterans dispute new apprentice custody. Watching confused Suzune puts finger chin understanding fight. Suggesting innocent asks train together. Stopping fight immediately look realize girl idea genius. Agreeing plan smile imagining monster create pair. Feeling shiver Tuma gulps perceiving life real nightmare. Staring sadistic instructor faces boy asks mercy trembling voice. Waving happy Suzune wishes luck brother dives darkness. Showing luxury mansion scene changes new hideout newly formed team. Complaining life Hayat sits sofa irritated didn't swallow exam result. Staring provisional license feels humiliated missed rank A direct. Laughing misfortune companion displays new elite status proud. Losing cool Hayat demonic look asks friend miss living. Panicking boy realizes danger tries flee beat real. Kicking door Hayat invades hallway screaming robbed Hakagami. Grabbing colleague shakes poor guy venting frustration accumulated. Making scene run house stopped sinister presence. Feeling chill pair notes black aura emanating someone sitting armchair. Melting sofa figure emits deep depression makes air heavy. Releasing soul mouth Tuma ghost medieval torture. Trembling fear stare deplorable state guy barely move. Smiling calmly Hojo introduces zombie new powerful team leader. Trying speak Tuma moans pain body destroyed. Clapping blonde ignores drama orders start bonding now. Screaming protest pair refuses accept undead leader. Explaining situation Hojo says decision taken accepts no complaints. Complaining loud Hayat points finger dead follow rookie orders. Maintaining serious posture blonde ignores show warns hierarchy absolute. Opening light portal memory shows solemn moment destiny crossed. Staring boss hate Hayat snarls total lack respect. Turning face crosses arms declares silence strike clowning. Watching tantrum Tuma blinks strength argue. Stomping foot force Hojo imposes respect interrupting useless discussion. Sitting king moral lesson remembering no children. Pointing white boy Hayat asks irritated useless mascot. Smiling innocent small introduces Mizuto official support new team. Sweat drop head Tuma realizes team complete circus crazies. Talking elbows Mizuto explains excited carry bags snack. Jumping joy boy hugs new leader transforming tense mood mess. Screaming leader face Hayat clear accept weak orders. Shaking poor guy violently redhead demands resign cargo now. Losing consciousness Tuma feels soul escape shaken doll. Ignoring boy state Hayat continues scandal screaming unfair. Running hallway Mizuto tries catch asking calm confusion. Recovering breath Tuma hears spirit A and comment team mess. Floating side partner warns dealing inflated egos difficult. Walking window Hojo points horizon serious distant look. Revealing final destination gigantic tower cuts sky dominating landscape. Admiring structure Mizuto comments marveled legendary tower Babel. Explaining dangers narration shows place ancient monster nest. Emanating purple energy place known Devourer soul enters. Showing battle scenes image reveals warrior chaos fighting beasts. Recalling objective group appears united ready mortal challenge. Emerging shadows creature horde attacks proving nightmare started. Screaming panic hunters retreat terrified vanguard decimated seconds. Roaring bestial fury monster advances crushing path death. Cutting chaos elegance Hayat walks flames ordering weak retreat now. Wielding blade assumes combat posture beast horde approaches fast. Advancing fear creatures try devour lone swordman smiles total contempt. Invoking hell power Hayat releases purgatory mass immune covering sword pure fire. Screaming roaring flame Yaksha technique delivers vertical cut divides air half. Incinerating enemies instantly blow creates firewall consumes darkness. Widening eyes Tuma watches front row absurd strength demonstration new alley. Trembling excitement Mizuto comments power level simply scary. Mocking monster slowness Hayat cleans blade saying useless warm up. Burning ashes beast remains disappear intense heat aura. Vanishing sight advances next group speed eyes barely follow. Exploding light monsters annihilated realizing dead. Running behind Tuma tries keep frenetic rhythm redhead complains delay. Activating support magic Mizuto clock appears screaming temporal regression series. Firing light rays ability hits monsters locking movements instantly. Creating fatal gap magical explosion leaves beasts totally vulnerable attack. Smiling companion Mizuto warns path free shine now. Understanding signal Toma thanks mentally prepares deliver decisive blow. Screaming bottom Hayat demands rookie waste chance created. Wielding sword firmness Tuma answers knows focuses target. Emanating blue-red aura channels power single vital point. Releasing hell screams dragon scale blade imperial wrath incinerates everything. Watching scene veterans admit rookie raw talent. Retreating impact Toma skids floor feeling weight power. Observing empty corridor, smoke dissipates, revealing enemies turned dust. Perceiving dungeon immensity, note just light warm up. Kneeling tired, Toma tries breathe, sweat runs dirty face. Approaching Hyatt, asks to Boke dying already. Facing infinite horde, Tuma realizes need clear area once. Concentrating energy, blade feels dragon power flow, veins burning. Advancing together, Trio demonstrates mortal sync, slashing monsters mercy. Invoking secret technique, Tuma screams, dragon scale blade prepares final blow. Firing light pillar releases reverse scale, splitting ceiling floor dungeon. Observing destruction, Mizuto whistles, impressed, giant hole attack opened. Celebrating victory, support praises teamwork, saying incredible. Breathing deep, Tuma looks sides, confirming nothing left, smoke. Looking ugly, boy Hyatt keeps sword, few friends face. Complaining loud, accuses Toma stealing final kill, moment shine. Screaming rookie face, Hyatt demands no center attention. Apologizing awkward, Toma tries explain wanted guarantee, beast died. Explaining game rule, scene shows graphic concept, dirty steal, friend frag. Grumbling non-stop, Hyatt says took 90% monster life, other take fame. Entering next room, paralyzed, seeing skeleton army waiting. Arriving 10th floor, team perceives place suspiciously empty, quiet. Finding calm, strange, Tuma comments expected resistance level tower. Complaining boredom, Hyatt says training joke useless. Appearing nowhere, cold voice orders creature reveal freezing air. Feeling imminent danger, group turns fast, seeing ice take scenario. Forming ground, giant blue crystal paws appear, cracking sound. Materializing redhead back, colossal ice wolf emanates murderous pressure. Widening eyes, shock, realize monster presence abnormal. Drawing sword, blink eye, Hyatt reacts instinct, trying defend. Disappearing mist, beast move speed, confuses senses. Preparing combat, Trio guards, wolf growls, drooling ice. Trembling fear, Mizuto tries calm, saying medium level boss. Interrupting tension, electronic beep sounds loud, echoing deadly room silence. Checking device support, reads urgent message, flashing screen. Paling instantly, Mizuto warns, trembling voice order retreat immediately. Monitoring base situation, control team perceives terrible awakened. Identifying threat, note monster floor guardian way above level. Typing furiously, operators try contact, warning chance 0. Emanating purple aura, wolf transforms, revealing glacial end incarnation. Perceiving gravity, Mizuto insists flee before too late. Ignoring warning, Hyatt lets insane laugh, refusing turn back enemy. Smiling confidence, redhead declares fleeing vocabulary strong. Pushing Tuma side, assumes front, saying take care dog. Advancing everything, wolf shoots blue lightning, tearing ice floor claws. Colliding air trade blows make entire structure shake violently. Flying far, impact, Hyatt thrown wall, spitting blood. Taking advantage, gap monster advances, finish fallen swordsman. Blocking attack, Tuma places front using blade hold bite. Screaming pain, boy feels bones crack, crushing beast pressure. Watching helpless, Mizuto perceives only exit, fight die, frozen right there. Escaping sneakily, blonde runs desperate, repeating retreat, soon collection arrives. Disappearing light speed, leaves dust behind, fleeing financial problems. Looking confused, nothing, boy barely understands happens, strange guy. Screaming furious, red hair young man appears, accusing our protagonist thief. Dodging fright, Tuma jumps back, reflex blade scrapes nose. Staring hate, redhead demands return prey supposedly stolen shamelessly. Trying explain, misunderstanding, Tuma lifts hands, aggressor conversation. Ignoring calm request, mysterious boy advances, blood eyes ready kill. Sliding floor, our protagonist dodges fast attacks, wondering hell crazy. Spinning weapons, skill, attacker maintains pressure, second rest, Tuma. Retreating strategically, Tuma realizes need leave, confusion worsen. Promising violence, rival swears chase Tuma, hell necessary revenge. Scared hostility, boy runs forest, trying lose pursuer. Thinking fast, runs tries connect dots, understand reason thief. Jumping trees, Tuma decides worth fight, focus, flee crazy. Screaming frustrated, redhead returns fight, complaining examiner listens. Exploding power releases flaming eruption, creating devastating fire pillar arena. Colliding defense, flames try melt Hakagami barrier, brute force. Smiling arrogance, Hyatt provokes, asking opponent feeling heat. Advancing fear, orders 4, eyes lift guard, want barbecue. Blocking coldness, examiner says useless, disperses flames, cold movement. Retreating fast, Hyatt calls Tuma way, think strategy. Holding handle, Tuma looks water bottle, crazy risky idea. Pouring liquid, uses swordless creation, shape water, improvised blade. Solidifying fluid, water assumes crystalline transparent sword form, hands. Adjusting glasses, Hakagami promises painful and creativity, boy. Wielding weapon, Tuma prepares, receive lightning impact, water conductivity. Falling skies, lightning hits, watery sword, illuminating arena, blue flash. Conducting energy, Toma tries hold charge, physics charges price. Screaming pain, electrocuted violently, forgot holding lightning rod hurts. Screaming technique, named Toma activates swordless creation, ignoring electric shock, pain. Absorbing lightning, body shines intensely, electricity runs muscle. Grinding teeth, supports mortal charge, decided transform energy strength. Exploding light, electric current concentrates, hand forming new pure energy blade. Counter-attacking Fury releases Thunderblade aiming directly surprised opponent. Cutting air electric sword advances absurd speed leaving ozone trail path. Watching Farhayat jaw dropped not believing genial madness boy did. Holding lightning bare hands Tuma proves determination surpasses physical logical limit. Firing accumulated power creates electric storms sweeps entire arena second. Colliding ground attack generates massive explosion lifting dust debris curtain. Trembling impact earth opens feet showing suicidal blow devastating power. Dissipating smoke fighters silhouettes reappear middle smoking crater formed. Staring result Hakagami remains standing seems disappointed destruction caused. Invoking Guardian Hayate brings blue flame wolf try protect group. Mocking effort Hakagami kicks magic beast screams attack weak. Releasing crushing pressure Hakagami makes air vibrate shows play over real. Looking side Hayate screams Tuma prepare combat level rise drastically. Grinding teeth redhead realizes alone chance decides trust rookie. Emerging Ghost Hojo whispers ear our protagonist offering coverage attack. Praising courage Hakagami smiles satisfied says real hunters act. Promising total support blonde guarantees create perfect gap boy final blow. Feeling power flow Toma sees aura mix reinforcement magic ready fight. Invoking chaos Hakagami materializes energy beasts orders hunt student remaining. Plummeting high giant ice stakes hit ground violence trying crush resistance. Destroying arena impact lifts rocks creates mortal obstacle maze difficult. Surrounding targets blue aura dragons flies circles waiting right moment fatal strike. Fighting lives candidates run side trying not monster food. Advancing hunger beast focuses Tuma dives mouth open ready swallow. Stepping firm earth our protagonist firm's base breathes deep concentrating strength. Lifting thunderblade Tuma goes frontal shock screaming fall. Screaming soul Tuma releases roaring lightning concentrating massive discharge sword tip. Tearing skies light pillar descends violence splitting arena half swallowing blue aura creature. Howling agony monster tries resist blow potency absurd disintegrates physical form. Exploding particles beast vanishes air proving risky water bet total success. Panting heavy middle smoke our protagonist remains firm staring void enemy was. Widening eyes adrenaline lower realizes survived miracle suicidal madness. Crackling around body last electricity sparks vanish slowly leaving burnt smell. Relaxing tense muscles Tuma lets air lungs relieved not coal target. Staring own hand smiles incredulous barely believes manage control devastating energy. Imagining praises sees chibi allies versions congratulating impeccable teamwork. Watching far veterans impressed boy creativity using scenario favor. Turning back Toma wipes forehead sweat notes silence arena big bang. Smiling awkward scratches head asks innocently sufficient pass test. Approaching slow Hoja claps admits luxury assist worthy professional. Breaking mood Hayat appears screaming furious calls Tuma crazy, almost killing everyone exploding. Retorting accusation Tuma warns calling thief again serious fight today. Snarling rage Hayat screams hates using leftovers calls boy cheap trash recycler. Pulling memory Toma frowns asks confused talking crazy girl exam. Gluing faces redhead explodes jealousy yelling our protagonist major pervert. Cutting drama blonde intervenes saying argue time waste. Making theatrical gesture Hakagami points entrance invites gods follow. Opening passage gate reveals blinding shine promises straight secret treasure room. Drooling emotion Aeon widens shiny eyes child candy store. Dazzling everyone main hall reveals full golden pillars precious relics mountains. Looking around Hojo whistles impressed admitting collection surpasses expectation. Searching shelves Tuma passes eyes magic items focused finding cure. Remembering debts mind travels possibility rich soon deletes greedy thought. Picking bizarre item Aeon asks keep purple stone immediate refusal master. Ignoring scolding spirit hugs junk happy saying incinerate world. Praising knowledge Hojo comments Tuma partner really knows choose best items. Sniffing air curiosity Aeon holds strange object says smells familiar aroma. Hugging relic trembles pure emotion barely believes found lost compass. Showing item spirit explains boy magic pointer key guide maze. Pointing corridor bottom Aeon states certainty real treasure hidden secret room. Asking seriousness Tuma questions basilisk waiting end path. Floating memories spirit tells divine weapon classes surpass human logic. Explaining rarity says unique items appear once dungeon history. Recalling ancient legends Aeon describes power weapons destroy armies alone. Staring own fist Toma feels responsibility wait wonders ready challenge. Walking golden corridor group notes strange silence no monster guarding. Looking back Toma sees different shine realizes companions acting unnatural. Chewing mouth full Hayat appears eating huge chicken leg ignoring danger. Offering peace redhead asks greatest innocence our protagonist wants snack. Descending stairs Hojo breaks silence comments enemy absence suspicious. Mocking danger Hayat guarantees peace cake Toma screams irritated Jinx mission. Losing ground suddenly group starts float gravity disappears completely. Spinning vacuum Hayat screams panic trying hold something exist space. Widening eyes Aeon confirms nightmare saying fell worst scenario possible. Observing Chaos Spirit explains place interdimensional dump full ancient remains, sucking everything around gigantic vortex room bottom pulls debris absurd force. Roaring Fury colossal monster emerges shadows space shake sound. Feeling pressure Toma grinds teeth realizes room guardian finally appeared. Trying swim air group perceives desperate can't move zero gravity. Attacking warning beast fires red energy wave cuts vacuum direction. Blocking impact Tuma thrown far spinning control lack friction. Screaming orders Hyatt tells boy use relic stabilize urgent situation now. Panicking Ayan warns creature strong disadvantage total. Kicking nothing Toma complains frustrated feels impotent doll floating drift space. Taking front Hyatt advances golden fan screams others leave immediately. Falling abyss Tuma Ayan plummet brave redhead holds monster gain time. Plummeting control Ayan screams, desperate seeing left behind confusion. Flappin' arms uselessly begs flying monsters close. Crying fear spirit complains injustice unique move. Searching pockets swears want die alone place forgotten god. Drawing special bomb Ayan decides fall take someone together. Throwing explosive force screams ordering creatures away now. Hitting target full bomb collides monster try dodge attack. Detonating violence fire explosion illuminates vacuum trying destroy threat. Emerging smoke intact beast stares spirit look promises pain suffering. Grabbing Tuma neck Ayan cries saying attack failed miserably. Pointing front Tuma asks calm noting strange happening. Glowing purple device starts divide multiplying quickly air. Creating complex network spheres connect forming deadly web enemies. Surrounding monster group floating bombs trap everyone perfect trap. Activating final mechanism sphere emits sharp sound ready true detonation. Admitting waste Ayan activates duplication technique bug multiply attack damage. Exploding fury bombs detonate chain creating infernal firewall creatures. Pushed impact group takes advantage shock wave move away danger zone. Celebrating success Ayan warns monsters paralyzed time giving chance. Pointing horizon spirit calls Tuma attention gigantic floating void. Staring immensity Toma sees colossal red cube defies physics laws. Explaining structure Ayan says computer file items kept. Scratching head Tuma understands concept asks worried reach thing. Pulled suddenly invisible force drags group high speed object direction. Approaching destination see red surface pulsating resembles living flesh. Landing face floor Hyatt complains turbulent trip thought die. Standing difficulty Toma comments relieved feel gravity back blessing. Observing corridor Ayan reveals finally arrived treasure hall kept. Confirming theory explains artifacts taken earth inside. Strange silence Tuma notes despite giant statues no living monster. Perceiving wrong Toma focuses vision statue notes sinister purple aura emanating. Pulsating heart red dragon sculpture seems alive ready awaken. Asking curious Hyatt approaches wanting no attention calls. Touching scales Tuma feels flesh heat confirms definitely stone. Widening eyes screams urgent warning revealing statue mimic waiting prey. Looking around panic installs realizes entire hall full creatures. Opening malicious eyes monsters awaken eternal sleep staring intruders hunger. Releasing crushing pressure collective murderous aura beasts makes air heavy suffocating. Moving slowly gigantic shadows start surround group preparing massacre. Trembling fear Ayan yellow smile says leaves heroic battle capable pair hands. Clapping spirit activates sudden magic before react prevent. Disappearing air Toma Hyatt teleported instantly leaving place empty. Perceiving error Ayan notes left behind alone screams desperate abandoned. Observing scene warriors reappear far confused sudden scenario change. Falling blue sky screams scared seeing throne place full floating pillars. Landing floating ruins pair tries balance admiring celestial landscape. Blocking passage dark skinned man waits intruders disturbing calm. Smiling arrogance guardian asks think worthy step. Snarling rage Hyatt demands leave front conversation violence physical. Drinking potion unknown ignores threat says hates dealing children. Surrounded stone golems Hyatt forced retreat crushed monsters. Counter-attacking fury redhead spins golden staff destroys creatures brute force. Observing fight Tuma maintains focus main opponent perceiving moved. Invoking green flame guardian creates magic barrier emanates heavy spiritual pressure. Staring spectral fire Toma feels spine chill understands magic dangerous. Appearing nowhere Ayan warns screams touching light means soul consumed. Turning slow man comments resistance useless divine judgment. Firing attack launches sharp light feather storm direction intruders. Looking high Toma sees angel warrior silhouette descending skies combat. Widening eyes shock guardian freezes feeling familiar presence approaching. Wielding golden blade guardian assumes impeccable combat posture demonstrating fear. Shining sun dagger hand reflects light revealing high level relic. Feeling pressure increase Tuma perceives opponent simple soldier. Observing sky boy notes local energy converging enemy aggressive. Squeezing sword handle force Tuma prepares weapon knowing shock inevitable. Smiling macabre guardian face covered purple marks pulsating dark power. Levitating air golden scimitar spins ready slice approach. Staring threat Tuma Hayate exchange quick looks understanding fight together. Opening arms enemy displays floating arsenal showing controls multiple weapons same time. Holding dagger contempt provokes boys calling insignificant insects. Screaming command rejection explosion. Guardian releases accumulated power single instant. Detonating violence massive fire wave sweeps battlefield swallowing everything front. Protecting two young men pushed back intense heat impact force. Emerging flames demon enemy walks peacefully suffering scratch. Screaming back fury Tuma refuses fall challenges guardian real duel right now. Whispering partner name Tuma feels connection an reach new depth level. Feeling energy vibrate perceives surpassed old limits became stronger before. Trusting evolution Tuma decides capable defeat human relic right now. Emanating blue light an signal calls master everything enemy. Screaming unison Toma Hayat release fury accepting challenge final battle. Laughing corner guardian observes courage explosion pure debok look. Attacking together Hayat launches. Roaring hell same time Tuma invokes. Diamond blade. Cutting wind Tuma advances spinning heavy weapon decided break barrier front. Accelerating air takes advantage fire distraction try surprise lateral blow. Following everything angel warrior maintains relaxed posture holding weapons contempt. Colliding boom combined attacks generate shockwave shakes ruins. Resisting pressure Hayat grinds teeth puts force not repelled impact. Exploding scenario Reddit releases scarlet eruption. Transforming sky flame sea. Floating unharmed enemy dodges magma jets annoying grace seeming untouchable. Hunting target paired jumps destroyed pillars trying reach opponent dominates skies. Smiling mockery guardian asks ironically redhead feels better tantrum. Snarling hate Hayat asks face happy humiliating situation. Floating god enemy comments should listen Tuma warnings attacking. Correcting error reveals Hayat confused totally name relic power facing. Turning back angel starts climb redhead screams demanding answers receive. Grinding teeth Hayat curses low feeling frustration ignored easily. Lighting aura redhead decides knowing enemy name show own value. Wrapped intense flames declares fight respect sacred festival. Screaming fury Hayat releases true power promising reveal real technique name now. Losing patience angel says tired playing vulgar beings throws colossal spear. Exploding soil impact lift smoke curtain Tuma tries escape death area. Craving earth divine weapon creates crater showing direct blow fatal. Reacting fast Tuma deflects flying sword tried decapitate confusion. Widening eyes perceives golden blade coming direction ready crush. Sliding attacks Tuma hears enemy praise courage decree death sentence. Dodging death thread Tuma perceives false step means immediate end. Revealing madness guardian confesses once punished master failed mission. Laughing maniac screams asking intruders die soon facilitate things. Remembering past Aeon appears boy mind asking forgiveness protect. Blocking shots Tuma runs battlefield trying find opening explosions. Invoking ace materializes. Golden chain blade surprising everyone new weapon. Throwing chain metal shines intensely travels enemy direction lethal precision. Observing attack guardian widens eyes slightly surprised audacity direct blow. Detonating impact chain causes violent explosion lifts dust covers target completely. Exceeding smoke intact angel comments contempt weapon heavy common human. Looking side boredom says coldly need play end now. Recovering posture Toma holds weapon firmness refusing give up power difference. Staring opponent eyes shining fury decides bet everything next suicidal movement. Advancing max speed Tuma runs danger ignoring instinct self-preservation. Crashing blades attacks savagery forcing guardian defend brutal blow rain. Analyzing weapon guardian notes golden chain possesses real dangerous physical weight. Explaining attack Aeon warns blades serve explode crush. Snaking air chain seeks involve enemy trying find defense gap. Dodging little angel admits danger criticizes speed lack caused extra weight. Mocking technique states exaggerated weapon length sacrifices blow agility. Exchanging tense looks Tuma Aeon realize opponent deciphered attack pattern. Dodging last instant guardian notes blade tip scrape sacred wing. Opening wings releases intense light preparing retaliate total divine power. Jumping high Tuma screams show surprise shut arrogant mouth. Activating skill bellows, blade creation shaping energy lethal new form. Diving sky wields dragon scale blade, aiming target head. Smiling approval guardian looks up comments choice interesting. Stopping blow one hand holds deadly blade bare fingers toy. Breaking sword snap says coldly boy used beginning. Entering shock Toma sees best weapon destroyed death approaches quickly. Screaming panic Aeon tries warn frontal attack suicide perfect defense. Ignoring alert Tuma dives skies decided prove will break barrier. Materializing killer light sword. Creates colossal blade shine sun strength. Smiling mockery guardian blocks titanic blow using bare hand stop weapon. Counter attacking blur angel delivers fast cut tears boy chest mid-air. Splashing blood violently Toma feels lancinating pain thrown back impact. Plummeting control falls abyss seeing cruel enemy smile move away. Colliding rocks body boom echoes scary silence floating ruins. Observing fall guardian sighs disappointed, commenting expected fun. Exploding blue light monstrous aura appears nowhere, wrapping place dense spiritual pressure. Protecting fallen friend Hayate gets up, emanating wild wolf god power fight. Surprise tenacity angel praises mere humans release hidden power. Spinning staff fury Hayate attacks savagery forcing divine being defensive. Feeling blow weight guardian retreats step first time shocked redhead brute force. Wrapped mystical flames Hayate smiles wounded face warns true hell starts now. Rising debris Tuma moans pain realizing body physical exhaustion limit. Exploding flames Hayate activates fire body enchantment turning human torch lethal. Scratching chin guardian admits impressed human hides power greater appeared. Observing fight Ayan comments Tuma friend reached frightening strength level. Staring boy warns serious our protagonist vision small win. Grinding teeth Hayate supports flame pain skin prepares final suicidal attack. Widening eyes Tuma shock seeing insane redhead determination burn life. Pointing front Ayan orders deviate look learn courage demonstration. Dragging feet ground Tuma forces legs obey nose stay standing watching. Closing eyes instant breathes deep trying ignore pain focus objective. Seeing friend burning back Toma feels sudden inspiration invade mind clearing thoughts. Focusing energy boy eyes shine intensely realizing divine enemy defense flaw. Extending hand void visualizes exact weapon shape needs break barrier. Wielding new blue light sword Tuma advances screaming decide battle destiny. Extending hand smile face Hojo Kyoki introduces formerly old friends. Retreating step suspicious Tuma observes handshake knowing trust stranger. Ignoring hesitation blonde grabs boy hand shakes vigor sealing forced friendship. Observing far Hakagami adjusts glasses size realizing boy fell trickster web. Approaching face curiosity Hojo asks Tuma plans spend millionaire reward. Sweeting cold invasive question our protagonist tries disguise saving sister. Laughing loud elite hunter pats back saying money made spin world. Interrupting small talk Hakagami reminds official reports fill headquarters. Making boredom face Hojo complains hates bureaucracy prefers monster hunt emotion. Turning back waves goodbye says ahead prepare terrain arrival. Jumping absurd strength ranks disappears sky leaving dust cloud behind. Coughing dust Tuma impressed superhuman mobility eccentric guy. Policing hand boy shoulder Hakagami warns seriousness careful Hojo debts. Agreeing head our protagonist feels spine chill remembering 50 million. Walking together destroyed forest master new student start journey civilization. Talking phone Hojo corner smile asks bet 2. Advancing sync rookie pair tries surround rank S fast movements. Exploding ground fire attack misses target consumes scenario showing violence. Roaring fury red boy delivers flaming blow seeking hit target. Screaming hate puts soul attack ignoring burn danger. Dodging ease Hojo provokes saying asked spice fight. Jumping back boy tries create distance caught imminent explosion. Thrown far collides debris feeling power difference weight. Panning smiling opponent provokes asking lost without blow name. Burning intensely flames surround battlefield transforming hell. Charging red boy tries last desperate blow screaming loud. Blocking impact Hojo stops charge hand showing total superiority. Praising effort comments love seeing people dedicate roles. Deflecting to attack same time warns chance. Staring defeated Hojo repeats cold scent give everything battle. Swearing overcoming red boy promises number 1 cost. Screaming flame states losing fight means life value. Focusing objective Tuma feels responsibility wait knows fail. Reflecting silence Ayan questions existence depends victory. Advancing together rivals run future decided reach top. Trading hallucinatory blows battle turns light fast movement spectacle. Tearing air Tuma launches frontal attack ignoring defense strategy. Emanating heat redhead comments maybe flee recover ugly. Freezing place our protagonist incredulous cowardice declaration. Stepping firm enemy interrupts asking guaranteed alive. Jumping air Tuma releases war scream descends blade murderous intent. Waiting impact blue opponent stays calm unshakable statue. Colliding boom perfect defense stops attack ground shakes strong. Widening eyes Tuma freezes hearing cold question life ends. Detonating everything explosion throws boy back ending attack abruptly. Observing coldly Hakagami maintains absolute calm intense battle chaos. Floating void Tuma tries stabilize air lose total balance. Shining intensity sacred blade emits light blinds everyone vision. Screaming desperate boy orders spirit away wants fight alone. Staring far examiner warns arrogance cost expensive. Exploding flames boy throne hears fighting alone pure stupidity. Being bombed mercy Tuma perceives relics withstand pressure. Recalling past understands accept help overcome monster. Squeezing handle force boy hand trembles decided right thing. Widening eyes Hakagami perceives shocked boy energy fight. Feeling danger Tuma freezes seeing opponent appear front blink eye. Looking up dizzy seeks strength void vision blurry. Lifting sword contempt examiner prepares mercy blow. Reflecting terror polished metal boy sees own face distorted panic. Cutting wind blade descends fast promising end test tragic final. Hearing whispers, Tuma stunned perceive kindness voice words. Holding blade understands fight will let go. Reflecting sword image appears stating retreat easily. Remembering Icarus vision mentions confidence blinded flew high. Recalling past Tuma sees moment happiness simple real. Staring memory feels lose precious. Shining eyes boy begs confidence promises hold firm end. Agreeing softly female figure disappears trusting destiny hands. Firming fist Tuma says understood channels energy attack. Screaming hate boy explodes power ordering enemies shut mouth good. Trembling ground giant fireball consumes arena colossal boom. Smiling blood villain admits blow accurate cause damage. Emerging dust Tuma walks exhausted seeing supreme effort result. Falling defeated enemy recognizes hit infernal powerful attack. Clapping rival mocks saying gave life ridiculous crack. Grumbling low admits situation getting dangerous too. Wielding sword Toma perceives 10-minute limit end. Feeling heavy body sees blood run refuses fall. Recalling past promised find own way win alone. Staring fire boy stays firm middle destruction around. Getting confused opponent watches smoke understanding strength source. Emerging shadows black aura starts form water feet. Panting wounded gets up slow proving fight over. Echoing mind voice says protect desire save. Awakening power eyes shine intensely renewed determination. Accepting sacrifice sword shines multicolored draining life body. Releasing everything energy explosion sweeps battlefield violence. Acting fast white swordsman creates barrier protect friend. Paralyzed shock enemy sees insane determination rivals eyes. Screaming fury Toma swears never let Runga die place.